30 seconds before we go live. My name is Dan, and I will be your GM for the evening. And before I say anything, happy birthday, DM Philly. We love you. I see the Philly fam is representing already, blowing up the chat. We love you. Please send our love on to Philly if they're not here already. For those of you who are new, Total Party Knockout is a game where we just skip to the end, don't do any of that role play shit, and just throw a big monster at you, and you fight it, and you either die or it kills you. Luckily, I'm your DM this time, so there's probably a good chance that the monster will win. I'm 2-1, peeps. 2-1. Okay. 2-1.
Yeah. Go and live in a hole, Dan. You're so dead today. Like, I swear, we're taking you down. We're taking you down so hard today. I'm just calling it now. Round 7, we're going to have you.
Round 7. Tough talk from a boxing butterfly. I like it. Well, that's enough trash talking from me for a start. What for now? Well, let's see. But let's have a little chat. See who is here. Let's say hi to a first person. Let's talk to Aiden first. How's it going?
Hello. I'm going well. This is the first time I've gone to a TPK with little mascots. I mean,
much.
I know. As he did lose his nose in transit, though. Since it's Philly's birthday, happy birthday, Philly, I decided to port in a character from the cutest stream on Twitch, a little humble year, just so I'd be playing an adorable little hedgehog that is probably not going to get squished into the dirt by a Godzilla. Not at all. So... yeah, I'm excited. And I'm almost regretting playing possibly the most complicated class that I've never played before and just diving in at level 20. That's going to be fine, right? It'll be fine. I'll figure it out.
It'll be fine. What class are you playing there, Aiden?
I'll be playing a nature-loving druid.
Lovely. And a shepherd, no less. So you're going to be throwing...
Humble shepherd.
All the conjuration at me. Mm-hmm. I can't wait.
At least I'm not Circle of the Moon. All right, I decided to give you a chance. If I was Circle of the Moon, you wouldn't need the other 3 players.
Yeah, chasing you around the field as you turned into multiple different elementals. So I appreciate that, and thank you very much for coming. Thank you for riding out the initial trauma of being slaughtered as a child in our Christmas stream.
Oh yes, tiny, adorable little barbarian elf boy, brutally cut down in his prime.
It's brutal.
Just smited down by our lovely paladin Candy Payne, who you can currently see on Oshi's Revenge, who we had the first episode of yesterday, and then in 2 weeks' time we're doing again. It's really dark. It's so dark.
So dark.
But let's introduce her to a brand new person to the stream. Welcome, Quinn. How's it going?
Hi, I'm all good. Yeah, I've been rather hectic as of late. I'm recently started a game GMing for Joe, and that's a lot of planning. So I'm here to kill something. I will be playing Creek, resident rogue fighter. Hopefully I won't die, but odds aren't. I'm not too hopeful on that front.
That's the spirit. Yeah.
But
well, thank you very much for joining us. I appreciate that. And so you do. I hear you do homebrew campaigns. Is that right? Homebrew, dice rolling shit.
Yeah, I tend to because of ADHD brain. I sort of come up with an idea and then do a sprint and sort of get as much detail out as possible. But this time I decided to actually follow through with something that is generally pretty difficult. So now I have the wonderful Goblin Island of Pickering and 5 lovely players. So yeah, hope that goes well. Hope it doesn't die next week or next Thursday. Either way.
It is so much fun though. It's such a lovely world to kind of walk into, and I think Quinn created these kind of large amounts of goblin races, which is just absolutely brilliant to kind of play in. But yeah, I'm a little bit of a nightmare in that game, so my apologies, Quinn. love you.
I mean, like, I got to use one of the features I made against you, so it's all good.
True.
You're gonna keep ramming that against me someday.
There's there's a feature that they created which was like you can kind of you can use you get advantage on your charisma checks if it's somebody who's poorer than you.
Yeah, so I made the noble goblin. So they're all about stoicism and sort of accruing a lot of value. They've been noble for so long that they're so used to it, so they get proficiency in like intimidation, and I believe the feature is you gain advantage with charisma checks you're proficient in against a creature with less wealth than you. You must look rich in order to use the feature. So like you could get robbed in the street, but you could sure as hell yell at someone, so
What was nice is I was trying to use it. I was trying to use it at the exact time that they was like, you notice how much wealth they have. And I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
I got my little rug pull moment, but yeah, hopefully everything ends well.
I'm excited. I want to see this more often. I might come down and see if I could like come and join a little guesty bit for you. Worth a trip down to Brighton.
Maybe. I'll be posting updates every week in our little Discord, so maybe I could send them elsewhere. Who knows?
Yeah, that'd be awesome. And also, thank you for taking care of our wonderful Joseph. And Joe, it's strange you playing a shitbag as a player.
Yeah.
When did that happen?
Where it's like, I'm in this picture and I don't like it.
Yeah, I decided to play a rogue, charisma-based rogue, so I think I'm going to go towards Mastermind. And yeah, they are just obviously about money, wealth and power, but it's just sort of, it's really fun just going, oh, who's the strong one here? Oh, who's the one who's going to protect me as I run around screaming? You know, and it's sort of yeah, it's been a lot of fun for sure.
I like that. Well, whilst we're on you, Joe, talk to me. What are you doing today? And well, no, first off, how you doing? It's been ages. It's been at least 24 hours.
I know, it's been ages since I've seen you. Yeah, it's been great. I've been had a good day today, just sort of planning, doing bits and pieces, and trying to kind of get some things ready for this, and then wasn't ready at all. But I'm going to be playing Buttercup. I'm going to be playing a butterfly. So it's sort of like reskinning the fairy in a way, but they are the Candy Floss bubble weight champion of the world of boxing, and they have come to go to that Tarrasque and send him home in a mask, like no other. Send him back to his mother. You know, they are here to leave undefeated and continue their crown and wear that cummerbund, because it is a cummerbund, not a belt. Take that cummerbund and walk back out of this arena after beating the hell out of this Tarrasque.
I just realized the obvious. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Like a bee, yeah.
You're only getting that now.
Yeah.
I'm just now, which is sad. Ollie, in real life.
But they're a open hand monk totem barbarian. So I'm going 16-4, so I'm going with you can't hit me, and if you do, I'm taking half. So this is why I'm a little bit more like, oh yeah, come hit me, punch me in the face, yeah, whatever, yeah, do. Yeah, I'm fine, don't worry about it.
I for one was very, very happy seeing a melee character, and I was like, yeah, you go charge, Godzilla. You have fun with that. I'll be back
the
here.
idea of this little butterfly and a ginormous Godzilla. I just love the image.
Punch his toes.
I really hope Red Panda Gamer is in the chat and gets some inspo for like this little next piece of artwork of like Butterfly with this giant Tarrasque. I love it. I love it.
Oh, Fizzlekins, Fizzle,
just looking
Fizzlekins.
for that punching bag.
Fizzle's just made a little enemy of mine. Squash that butterfly. No, my friends.
Team Tarrasque. And last but by no means least, we've not seen you in a good long while, and he's brought his Sunday best, and look at that beard. It's Zach's Big Wave. How's it going?
Friends. Your friendly ZBG just dropping by. Or ZBW.
How are you, my friend?
So,
what's new?
I am doing well. I've been real life working my butt off. I actually just got a promotion today in my actual job, so that kind of pays off. But yeah, so I've been away from Twitch for a while, but this is a great jump back in. I've been writing a new pirate campaign, so that'll probably be starting up on my side in the next couple months. But I have brought today, for all of you Redwall fans out there, Alexander Hedgepaw at your service, a ranged fighter hare. So we have a nice little hare that's going to jump into the arena today, and he's built for damage. He's not very smart. He's not super strong, but you better dodge those arrows because they hurt. So yeah, I'm very excited to try this out. Shout out to our buddy Spoody, who you'll see in my Discord channel. Super good guy, mathematician. He kind of came up with the concept for this character, and he's been fooling around with it for years. So he was like, the minute you said that we were fighting and we were level 20, I was like, hey, can I get that character sheet? Let's try this out. So yeah, it's gonna be incredibly fun.
That's lovely. And if you're gonna copy someone's homework, it's nice that you at least sort of like, you're upfront about it. I like that.
Hey, he's good at the math. I'll just pull back on the string and let go.
I love it. Well, before we get to the little bit of terrified tactics 10 minutes moments, before we get there, Aidan, I would like to know what would be the name of your fans in the crowd.
My fan groups, well, Quilliam Softpaw is of course a hedge, so his most defining feature would be these lovely spiny things coming off his back, and so people tend to gravitate towards them, and so it's like, what do you call them, quills? No, I can't call him Quill, his name's Quilliam. They're kind of prickies, so I think his fan name are called the Pricks.
The Pricks. Death by 1,000 pricks. I love it. Yeah. Let's see how Streamlabs gets on with that one. Yeah, there it is.
There it is, straight away, Melissa.
Oh, might have to use a 1 in there to get around. And what would they chant? What sort of your sea of pricks? What do they all scream from the stands?
Well, they're screaming something, but probably all you'd hear is beep 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 as they're just bleeped out, going pricks, 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 pricks. Give them the pricks.
Yeah, all you hear is please refrain from using foul language.
Yeah, that's the chant.
You are now on timeout for a minute.
Yeah. We, in the Benjamin Randal Arena, we have death, we have murder, we have destruction. But can we just tone down on the language, please? Would that be okay? Well, okay.
Rip the ogre's head off, put it in his hands, but don't call him an ass.
Yeah, don't swear about it. Jesus,
yes, it's pricks with a Q. We'll go
pricks with a Q.
Oh, perfect. Yes.
That makes it so much better.
Thank you.
Or is that pre? Well, welcome Quillian and the pricks. Quinn, to me about Creek, about the fans. What are they called?
So Creek is just a scarecrow that has been around long enough and killed enough birds to be level 20. So I don't think they're very renowned on any kind of scale, but I bet you the villages nearby would be. So they would be the villagers of Burkton Village. And I think, like, most of them would go for, like, a classic, I know him, I know it, oh my god, I know them. Like, they're just sort of like, oh my god, I recognize this vaguely famous person. Be like, I know them, yeah, them, go. They've just sort of been around the fields, just making sure that the bird menace stays low. But yeah, by no means famous by a lot of people. So
I love that. So we'll have like a small group of villagers in the Benjamin Randal Arena. It's just like, oh, hometown hero. I know them. They're from Bregton Village. That's where we live. I'm excited. I'm very excited. And is Creek's pronouns they them?
Yeah, or whatever.
I heard you say he they.
He they them, she them, whatever. whatever, just you see the scarecrow, whatever the scarecrow is. I don't think they care either way.
Fair. Absolutely fair enough.
There's so much love for Brechton on the chat right now.
Yeah, Brechton. Brechton. I love it. I love it. Well, welcome Creek and the Brechton, the villagers of Brechton, all 12 of them. Mr. Thorpe, Thorpe, please talk to me about Buttercup and the fans.
Well, I kept thinking about this, and I was like, could they be the Cupheads? Could they be, the Butter Churners? Could they be but I actually think they would probably come down as, the Can't Believers. I think.
Can't Believers.
The Can't Believers. And literally, all you can hear is "Can't believe butter," and it sort of like goes like two sides of the arena, like shout like a call and response. I think. Either that, I was thinking like, I know that'll come out a little bit later, but yeah, I think that's what they do. It's the Can't Believers for Buttercup. And they've been following them for a long time. 43 matches, 43 fights, no knockouts. So sort of like they are undisputed Can't Believers. There we are.
But then they saw
Can't
her
Believers.
face.
Can't believe butter. Then two villagers are like, it's not.
It's not butter. It's not butter. You don't add the rat.
All right, welcome Buttercup and the Can't Believers. And last but by no means least, please, Alexander, Zach, please tell us about your fans and your chants.
So the hares of Redwall are all very good fighters and kind of Cockney is the way that he writes their accent in the books. So they're usually incredibly smart, but this one is not. So when he first met, like when people were like, what do we call your fans? He was like, I like good jumpers. And they completely misinterpreted, people that can jump high because he's a hare. So everybody just shows up in their best jumper. And he's like, this isn't what I wanted at all, but he doesn't have the heart to tell them. So his fans are the jumpers, and they wear incredible jumpers. And he's like, this is all wrong.
Amazing. And do they have a chant that goes with it, or is it just posing in the jumpers?
Jump or die.
Jump or die. Jump or die, people. Jump
Very well might be the case today as well.
Yeah. Give a hop for the jumpers. I love it, Fizzle Kids. That's amazing, and strangely a little bit relevant today, because this is the second of our two-part festive ridiculousness, which happened right at the end of January because busy. But yeah, so maybe one or two people are wearing some rather fetching Christmas jumpers whilst they're there as well. But I think I'm going to leave you all to, what's the word? Sweat and fear for 10 minutes.
How we murder you. Yeah, that's one.
Yeah. No, not that one.
Hedgehogs don't sweat. We pant. We're like dogs.
I don't think butterflies sweat either. I think you've got this whole analogy wrong, I'm afraid, Dan. You're all wrong.
I'm just a scarecrow.
Yeah, just scarecrow.
They have sweat glands.
What I love about this moment is there's all the incredible trash talking that happens, and then I turn my camera onto mute and my mic onto mute, and then I just see everyone's faces drop, and that's really fun for me. So I'm gonna do that right now. I will leave you all to it. Have a lovely time, and I'll see you in 10 minutes. Bye.
Bye.
We're so screwed.
Guys,
We're so screwed.
We are so screwed.
I'm gonna die. I don't want to die. I love this character.
All right. Okay.
Okay, well, let's go down the laundry list of skills here, people. What are we good at?
I shoot thing hard.
Okay.
I'm good at melee. If I have someone with me, they get hit instead.
Good. Put
Okay,
that on our barbarian friend.
That's actually really good. How close do I need to be to you? 5 feet?
I just need to... Hold on. Let me read misdirection real quick.
Because I am
Just sit
like...
on his shoulder the whole time and punch.
I'm really happy to be like the soak Like, I'll be the sponge. Just let them come at me. I'm really,
Let's
really happy
see.
about that. Unless they got anything
I'm-
like swallow, and then I'm screwed.
I am pure healing. I am an utter heal bot here. That's my role here.
You can
I'm not throwing out damage. I'm going to leave that to the absolute sniper and the the punching butterfly. But yeah, if you go down, I can get you up.
Okay.
So it is when you are targeted by an attack while a creature within 5 feet of you is granting you cover against that attack, you can use your reaction to have the attack target that creature instead of you.
Right.
There you go.
Okay, we need to decide one thing, because the very first thing I'm going to be doing will incredibly benefit one of the three of you. Who would benefit the most from having advantage on everything?
Rogue.
I've got it.
The rogue.
So I'm good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so, okay, good. That's all I need to know. I guessed as much, but I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
I think the rogue's the only one that gets additional like damage dice for having advantage, so we definitely want to keep advantage on them the whole time.
Can do.
Yeah, I do have something that will allow me to do some big damage output for about 10 hits.
Yeah, and I have I can help a creature within 30 feet of me as a bonus action. So, like, I can sort of, obviously I would have advantage already, but I can help whoever else is in melee or up close with me.
That's really
I have a
great.
thing where I can use my reaction to give somebody advantage. So
Okay.
that could be handy as well. So I'm thinking that bar Quilliam here, I think everybody can have advantage on every strike. Maybe not every strike, but most strikes.
Yeah. I think also, if anything, I mean, if it meant between like myself or Alexander, I'd say give Alexander the advantage, because
Yep.
the
I
strike from
really
afar.
don't need it though.
But it's you don't need it. Do you get advantage quite a lot then?
I get advantage no matter what. We're not going to say why yet, but
Must be nice. Must be nice.
I not only get advantage, but because of Elven accuracy, I get to throw. If I have advantage, I get to roll 3d20s. So the
Wow.
chances of me not doing things are fairly low.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So should we talk about the Tarrasque for a sec, just to kind of figure out what it might be? Because none of us have done any research on this, but some of us
Nope.
we all know stuff about
Right.
Tarrasque.
It's kind of hard not to have not
yeah.
done research.
I know 3rd edition and 3.5 edition Tarrasque.
Okay.
I've actually never seen the stat block of 5e. So,
I
don't know.
You know.
Quinn?
I've just sort of spoken about one with friends. I'm where like, you know, I know like some of the basics of it, but like by no means can I pin anything down. Like it will have legendary resistances,
Yeah.
legendary actions.
Yeah.
I believe about 700 or more health.
I
Yeah.
might be wrong in this. I think it regenerates as well.
Okay.
Yeah, something about that.
All right. So we've
I
got
think it also
Brew.
has like 6 attacks because it's like bite, claw, foot, and then tail.
Kale.
I think
Wow.
that's I think it has 6 attacks.
How is it a
so
range?
the big thing. So the big thing then, essentially, we're looking at a brute. We're looking at something that's got like big hit points, probably high AC, and has massive hits. So it's.
It's Godzilla without the
Yeah.
breath. I don't even think
Yeah.
it has magic
Does
attacks.
anybody have anything that they can like blow some like save or suck stuff at it? Because I can do some stunning strikes to see if we can get a couple just to be successful, and then they have to use that legendary resistance. I'm wondering if there's ways in which we can kind of blow and take away some of the legendary resistances a little bit.
Oh, I don't really.
Let me check my maneuvers real
I
quick.
can throw a
I
stunning
can-
strike on
I can-
everything I do. If I hit something, I will put a stunning strike on it and see if we can get just
I can
burn down
melt the
legendary
that would
ground
be a great way to get
underneath
'em
it. I can try and
Um,
trap it in the ground. Like I have transmute rock, and that could.
Oh shit, that's a good point. Are we looking at
That could suck in
flying?
it. But I'd imagine this thing could burrow fairly well.
I have goading attack, which makes it do a wisdom save.
I
Yeah.
can make it fly.
No. Why would you
No,
do
I
that?
do like, but not under control. Like, because I believe this is like a ball of force. So I could burn a 7-level spell to make it go flying upwards, which I think could be funny, and then just crash it down to the ground again.
Shoot.
Mainly for the visual. That's kind of the main reason I want to do it. I think it'd be hilarious.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, there is something come up on the chat, which is what damage is done to the arena that can help. Well, we have got some cover that is available in the arena. I know that we have some trees available. We've got a couple of pillars available. But that's about it.
I don't think we can hide from this thing. I think it's crashing through everything that it can come at us.
Yeah,
well, I think we need to keep it at range. If we protect our archer, I think that's our main damage dealer here.
I mean, I still want to climb.
Be hitting pretty hard.
You want to climb it?
Yeah, it's like a huge ass creature. If you climb it, like get some monster hunter on up in here, just like try and stab from above.
Pure shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am scared if it flies.
Okay.
Does it fly?
I don't think so.
I don't think it does.
Okay.
It might be able to jump a good distance, but I don't think it would be able to fly.
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably like absurdly strong.
Actually, now that you mention it, Aiden, I think we should consider burrowing. Because, I mean, that's always something like when you're going up against dragons in D&D, they don't talk about, but it's like, oh yeah, you don't have to be a threat that is untouchable in the air. You could just be underground.
Well, there are holes from the purple worm fight. I believe that's there are holes that we can. And I'm a hedgehog. I actually have burrowing speed.
Great.
Nice.
I wonder if you can like twist the rules a little bit. That a bit of hand on the ground. Can I figure out where it is? Type deal, which could be quite fun.
That might be an interesting druidcraft check.
Ooh.
Maybe. I got I'm fairly good like with I got mold earth, transmute, transmute earth. Got a bunch of stuff.
We got 3 minutes until Tarrasque comes back.
Until the Tarrasque comes back, Dan's gone.
Yeah, Dan's gone.
He's been eaten. The Tarrasque is just like we should make him wear a mask with the Tarrasque head printed on it the whole time.
All right. Okay. So. So I think we've got range, we've got some spells, we've got 2 melees.
I can summon a bunch of stuff as well just to annoy it.
Yes, do that.
Just to annoy it.
I'm gonna dump damage on it pretty much immediately. Every time I attack, I get to attack 4 times. And I have an action surge as well as what is it? And I can do that 2 times per short rest. So the first 2 rounds, I can dump 8 arrows into this thing per round.
Okay,
you are a machine gun, basically.
Basically, yeah. Well, so it's a bow, but it's really just a Gatling gun.
Something that we have noticed on TPKs is go Nova. First round, Nova.
Go big.
Absolute Nova. Like, for everything in that first round, like, screw this holding stuff back. We got to go and hit everything we have in that first round.
We're here to survive, not be cinematic.
Yeah, unless we can't reach it, which is also possible.
That's not going to be a problem.
Yeah, it's like gargantuan size, which I think is like 6 by 6 ish, maybe.
Yeah, I don't think this thing is going to try avoid us.
My range is 600 to 150.
Yeah,
your range is a range of fuck off. Basically.
I mean, saying that when we took on the 1 minute, when we took on the solar, the range was everything, and we destroyed it through range. Like, range is everything.
Yep.
So I think, yeah.
Also, as like a backup plan, the minimum stealth I can get is 27. So I can try and sneak up and try and sneakily climb the thing, but yeah.
Just hope it doesn't have anything like true sight. That's the only problem. If it does have true sight.
Also, don't worry if you go by. I'm stocked up in Ribbon Thighs as well. If you go down, I can get you up.
Okay.
Hopefully.
You got some
Well,
heal.
Melissa, thanks for letting me know. Apparently, I'm sweating through my ears. That's how I sweat.
For a party that doesn't really sweat.
I bet you. Was that Melissa in the chat? I bet you that.
It was Melissa in the chat.
I knew it was Melissa.
Okay. Sweet.
Melissa
Had a few
with the
things.
animal facts.
Does anybody on the chat wants to give us a couple of ideas of what we might want to do here? We've got one which is pick us up and drop it. Pick it up and drop it. As an idea, we're looking at like 20 d6 if we drop it from the top of the arena. Oh no! Yeah, you're dead, mate. You're dead. You're so dead. You're so dead. Right, don't worry about it.
That is foolproof. Absolutely foolproof.
Absolutely 100% foolproof. Well, I think it might be time to do a little TPK. What do you think?
Let's do it.
Now, because I'm a masochist, I decided with about 20 minutes before we came on stream to write an intro that was a little bit of a tribute to both the festiveness of this outing and also the fact that you are called the Farthingwood Defenders. So I hope you enjoy it. 'Twas the night after Christmas, when through Farthingwood not a creature was stirring, not even a man dressed scarily accurately like a rabbit who hangs out with animals more than he probably should. Their bellies were full with a fine festive feast, though none of their dishes were made from a beast. Our hedge friend had crafted a spiced mushroom jerky, while the scarecrow Tim Person an epic tofurkey. The creatures were nestled all snug in their nooks, while a champion butterfly practiced their hooks. At the break of the dawn there arose such a clatter, the creatures awoke to see what was the matter. They looked on in horror as the trees they did fall, 'neath a metal-clad monster wrecking with a ball. As their instincts kicked in, they began to retreat, though not all their friends were as fleeting of feet. The rabbits, mice, turkeys, the hens and the frogs were crushed without mercy by the felling of logs. Seriously, episode 1, Joe told me about it. It's terrifying.
It's terrifying.
Go watch The Animals of Farthingwood. With guilt in their heart and tears in their eyes, our beloved defenders were caught quite surprised with a blinding white light and a monstrous roar. They awoke quite dishevelled on a marbled stone floor. Now Hedgepaw, now Softpaw, now Buttercup Creek. You find yourself in a place not for the weak. A monster will rise. Perhaps it you will slay. Else the crowd will bear witness to another TPK.
Well done.
Hell yeah. That was gorgeous.
So, you awaken and you have no idea where you are. There's a dull echo screams reminiscent of 1,000 screaming warriors and charging horses, and you have no idea what's going on. But before you have the time to even adjust, you hear a voice. Welcome, defenders of the Farthingwood. You have been selected by the Queen of Many Colours to do battle in her honour. If you succeed, you'll be sent back to the night before you just left, and the diggers won't be digging, and the wrecking balls won't be wrecking, and you will save Farthingwood. If you do not, it shall be an honourable and heroic death in the hallowed presence of her grace. But the Queen has graciously bestowed gifts upon each of you, because you've all been good all this year, and it will aid you in this upcoming encounter, should you choose to accept them. Oh, and attunement will occur immediately, because we're nice. What would you like to do?
Oh, hello. Well, this is a bit of a shock. How long do we have before you make us fight?
30 seconds.
Oh dear. That's not good at all. Damn it, this thing is a minute cast.
Is it a bird? Are we fighting a bird? I'm good against birds.
It's a... It's no. Sorry.
Alexander literally just like restrings his bow. He's like, takes his foot, puts it up here, scratches his ear. He's like, big problems.
Quilliam will immediately start tinkering with his scarecrow friend and going, "Oh, my friend, I think you can use some help. This is... Oh, God damn it, I misread one of my spells. It's a minute cast."
Okay, I think we just need to double time. You know, can you dash it?
Excellent plan. Excellent planning.
I can try. If only the DM would have a quick look in the chat and let me do a thing. If that is a yes or a no, well, I will keep tinkering and see if I can keep going.
Yeah, I think
because this might be considered a top level spell, maybe a level 9. that I stupidly misread.
Can't you just cast it at a lower level? I don't know. I'm not good with numbers.
No, that is a 1 minute cast. And do you know what? We used to do it with a prep time. We used to do this game with a prep time of like 10 minutes. And
Josh and I ruined it.
Yes, you did. You ruined it for everybody.
I was going in my mind. I went, yeah, I think it was prep time. I'll be able to get this spell off. It's only one spell, and then I took.
Yeah, and do you know what? That is fair. That is absolutely fair that we did tell you that.
I'm burning my 9th level spell on somebody that isn't me.
I'm going to allow it.
Dan, you are so nice to me.
The little creature just looks down and goes, "Oh no, you've been very good. We do a minute and a half, but you're going to have to take your present in that time, otherwise you can't have it."
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you. You are the kindest little thing I've come across. And believe me, I've come across a lot of very kind folk.
So what's the gift you got?
Says this buttercup.
Oh, my, I'm too adorable.
Shut your little trap.
As he sort of like stands and sort of begins to sort of warm up a little bit.
It's like a tiny bird. But with
the little creature turns to Hedge and says, I was going to call you such a little prick, but it turns out you are, and turns to Buttercup. Buttercup, they pass over this little tiny like velvet box, and as you open it up, there's a little well of ink with a stopper. You take it off and the well just explodes out around you and spins around. There's like a Tasmanian devil-esque moment. And I would like you to tell us what this Blood Fury tattoo looks like.
So I think as the ink kind of like swells up, originally it kind of goes into an autograph, because I think Buttercup thinks you want an autograph to start with. So it kind of like runs up into an autograph, and then it spins and it begins to kind of coalesce onto the butterfly wings themselves, and it goes into that beautiful monarch butterfly sort of spread. So it has these kind of eyes that are now on the edge of its wings, and it's sort of like down and through onto his chest that kind of mix together and create these kind of hexagonal, almost looks like their eyes themselves all over their body. And he kind of looks over at himself and gets an apple out, opens the apple up and puts the 2 cores in his ear, and goes and sits in the corner. As you can hear kind of like the very faintness, like gummy bears dancing here and there and everywhere, as he's like puts a towel over his head and sort of just sits wrapping his hands up like with the tape.
Just a pump music. I love it. Gummy bear pump music. I'm here for it. Who else would like their present?
Oh, somebody else can get it. I'm busy oiling up this scarecrow. Come here now. I'll make you look really nice.
I'm busy being
shiny things.
All right, so yours is quite a large. Oh, this is gonna be fun. I'm excited. As the scarecrow gets oiled up over by the hedgehog, a phrase I never thought I would say again.
D&D.
You open up, Alexander. You open up. There's quite a large wooden chest, thin chest. You open up and you see this beautiful white bow with a centerpiece that almost looks like 2 heads, 2 elven heads, chin to chin, sweeping up into these beautiful, like almost like white long hair. As soon as you grab hold of it, you feel like a goddamn sniper as you pick up the oath bow.
We have seen that.
Come with directions.
Great effect before.
Does it come with like a little instruction manual?
Yeah. You press in the nose on one of the things. It says, "Thank you for using the oath bow."
It's like,
Can somebody please turn their Bluetooth off? It's like messing around with my headphones.
Fantastic.
Oh, amazing. Who's next? Who wants a gift? This is brilliant already.
I would not say no. I mean, you've already been so kind to me already. But if you have something for me, I mean, I will never look any gift in the mouth.
So you get one of those, like, you know, those weird, like, bags, the holographic bags where you know exactly what it is when someone's bought you a holographic bag gift. It's a bottle of wine, right? You pull it out, and there's a chalice, and it's full of chips. It's quite dilapidated. It's the kind of thing that you would choose very wisely in a certain Indiana Jones film. But in the bottom, there's a glass. There's like a glass part where you can see an eye, and every time you shake it, it turns a different color. It turns a slightly different color. Turns a slightly different color. It's alive in there, because you have been given the. He says, without forgetting what it's called, you've been given the Ascending Dragon Vessel.
Oh my! Oh, I tell you, this will be refreshing. I'm sure. I'll just. I'm sure I can make use of this. But anyway, back to the oiling. Come here now. We don't have much time, my friend. Come on.
Seriously, I'm made of straw. I don't need oil. Come on.
We look over and Crick is just like...
I'm just making you damp.
Yeah, Crick is like a actually darker color as the straw, as like the oil seeps into the straw and slowly makes her like amber.
Please, I'm already flammable. Please, don't let me.
You're covering straw with oil.
But it's the nice stuff. You see people put it in their beards all the time.
I hear you're supposed to be Buttercup.
What?
Beard Buttercup.
I think with not much time left, the little creature in the very festive outfit sort of like wheels over. It's a really heavy old thing, like pushes over this crate and crowbars it open. It does that perfect thing of, as the top comes up, the other forge goes either side, and there is this giant golden shield. It has almost the face of the Tarrasque, that's like embossed into it, like it almost seems to jump out at you, with horns at the very top. This thing is weighty as hell, and that is going to provide some fine defense as we give you a nice little reskinned +4 shield. All of the defense.
Yeah, I think like Creek picks it up and sort of like just vaguely like lifts it up and down, being like, I think I can use this. Just
It'll definitely keep the birds off of you.
Yeah, you know, they're really pesky, them damn birds.
My, that looks heavy. Let me reinforce your arm. Hold on. Quilliam starts all in this minute-long cast.
Okay. Just sort of like arm out.
There's like a sand timer above the cage, and like the last few little bits of sand fall to the bottom as you finish off that cast. They open the door and lead you towards this corridor where you can hear the like the braying getting louder and louder and louder. And just as you're about to get out of earshot, they go, oh, sorry, one more thing, because we're extra nice. And they just clap their hands, and you look down, and any weapons that you have sort of hilted right now or on your back or anywhere that is not considered magic are now considered a +1 magic weapon. Just because we're nice.
Thanks, mate.
And you all gonna die. So...
Quills are magical now.
Yeah, magic pricks. So, the gate opens, and the roar is deafening. Who is it that steps out first into this arena, and what is it that you do?
I think Alexander's definitely at the front of the group, just kind of hopping. He's just kind of strolling along.
Like a football
He's,
player.
he's
just
one of
sort
those guys that could
bouncy.
look. Yeah, he's just kind of bouncing. He's like, you know, I could look death in the face and just go, hello.
I love it. And there's just like the camera almost like swoops past you to like a section of very smartly dressed people in really lovely like fitted Christmas jumpers. Some of them are like kind of festive cheesy, and some of them are just like beautiful cashmere and merino wool. And they'll just go, jump or die, jump or die, jump or die. As you step
That's what
in.
I told them to say, and they're still wearing sweaters.
Stepping out next into the arena is...
I think Creek being just blissfully unaware of what's going on. Like, this is just sort of like, oh, I'm here now, and I've just got to walk. It's just the most casual walk. No kind of, like, bravado whatsoever. He's just sort of, like, just literally just going out there. No cheering. There's probably, like, a weird silence, and then there's, like, 12 people going, I know him! Oh, my God! I know that!
There's silence. There's silence everywhere else in the arena. Everyone's sort of like looking. People up in the gods have got like spyglass. They're like, who is that? And then just in the like maybe like right up in the top of like the third tier, you've got the villagers of Brecton going, yeah, I know. It's great. I know. Why does he look so shiny? But I know.
I'm confused about that as well. They're made of mainly fabric.
Believe me, it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it.
Okay.
I just realized the character made of fabric has the highest AC.
It's so good.
You know, that's
some well-made fabric.
Yeah, man.
Very well-made fabric. Stepping out next into the arena is Hedge, I'm guessing, as they leant out to say that.
Yes, Quilliam will be slowly just kind of shuffling forward. The first thing anybody will see is this big nose coming out first, just going... And he sniffs everything, goes, oh my, there has been some serious shit happened in this place. This place smells very, very dangerous. And he just kind of waddles out a little bit and just kind of looks around.
Amazing. And you just hear this deafening as a right bunch of pricks just absolutely erupt. They've bought most of the tickets and they are making all the high-pitched noises. They're like, yeah, yeah.
Hello, all you lovely pricks.
And then I think
It's
the
so
lights
lovely
go
when the
down.
pricks are in town.
The lights go down and there's like almost arcane fireworks that come up either side.
And the first person to come out is one of the festive-looking elves, and he's got in his hand a pink gold cummerbund as he's like walking out. He's got a huge chain on, but all of his tunics are like really baggy and long, and he's sort of like out like this, screaming his head off. As in comes in a red silked like dressing gown. And just sort of like head down as he's sort of bobbing as he's walking through, and you see these big wings sort of out, and as he goes past, you see on the back it says nobody suspects the butterfly, as he walks in and just drops the silk thing and just goes into like a pound, a couple of punches, a hooks and gets ready and just stands his ground and waits as the crowd go silent.
Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends?
And there's maybe like two people up who like really go to get into it, go, can't believe, but realise that no one else is saying anything and stop. There's a furbolg in the centre of the arena. Lifts up their hand, and an orb just lands into their hand, and they take it to their mouth, and they say, ladies and gentlemen and friends beyond the binary, welcome to the Benjamin Randal Arena. Introducing the challengers, the defenders of Farthing Wood, and all the cheers go off in unison.
Is that
no.
ourselves?
Yeah, I think.
Evidently, yes.
Seems like we've just sort of been assigned that.
Some all-powerful narrator.
And now introducing the champion, the force of pure destruction, the Tarrasque. And out of a portal steps the Tarrasque, the armored plates, the sharp claws, the ginormous tail. It rears back and roars in a way that you were not expecting. It's a little bit like higher up in the tone, but it's no less scary. It looks up at the Queen of Many Colors. There's almost a moment of recognition, and then it turns to you and drops into an offensive pose.
Ooh.
The
That's a big ugly beastie.
The announcer continues. For the thousands in attendance and the 14 people currently watching on Twitch, let's get ready to roll initiative!
Yes.
Let's go.
He says not landing on the thing. Oh, nice one, Zach.
Oh, 20! Not 20!
Yeah.
That's it. I want as many of those screamed in honor of DM Philly today. Like, we have to scream that out.
We'll take that.
Hey.
Oh, it's big, isn't he?
Oh, did I crit?
Yeah.
Oh,
You
I'll say
did,
that.
yes.
I have a +1 d6 that I can add to that, but no need.
Do it anyway. Do it anyway. Like, you never know who's gonna roll.
Well, no, because I can actually add it to a stealth check if I need to later, if I hide behind something. So no worries.
Nice. Who else do we need? So we've got Quilliam, we've got a Buttercup, we need a Creek, and we need a Alexander. Creek rolled an 18. Wow, you all did really well with the initiative.
Did really well, guys. Just that first moment, and it's all downhill from now on.
All right, taking that initiative is Alexander. What would you like to do?
I would just like to point out, Creek gets to roll at advantage.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Wonderful.
Everything is an advantage for you because I oiled you up something good.
So no.
And I will say, I will preface this by saying this is a level 20 battle. Things are going to get lost. I'm going to forget all the things. So please call me out, correct me. Let's negotiate. Let's rule of cool things. Let's fucking go.
Oh yeah.
Alexander, talk to me. What you doing?
So Alexander draws his arrow, and the first thing that he has to say, the only thing he picked up from his instruction manual, was that he has to say, swift death to those who have wronged me. And then out of the end of one of the heads at the end of the bow, for some reason it says, swift death, or swift defeat to my enemies. Like, what the hell? Like, not expecting that. And he lays just 1, 2, 3, 4 arrows into this thing with sharpshooter. So we're gonna see how that goes.
All right, let's go.
Well,
Oh, that's a crit.
3,
That's a natural
4.
Oh, you know,
you did roll a 1, so it broke on the third one.
I crit
No, I'm
on.
joking. No, I'm joking.
No, you're fine. I crit on 18 to 20, just FYI.
Oh right.
Oh, mate, this is gonna be great.
So there's the first one. There's the second one. There's the third one.
Right.
I don't think we're needed here.
Then I'm gonna action surge, and I'm gonna do that again.
Okay, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait to add up my points.
1, 2, 3, 4. Well, at least one of them hits.
38. 8. Wow. Wow. All right. Okay, let me do some maths. Hang on. Hold, please.
I can calc it for you if you want.
Let's see what it says. 27. What a round. What a round.
Like I said, we came to survive, not to be cinematic.
But
Yeah.
That's 147 in my calculation.
That is 147 points of damage.
That's like your TPK,
Alexander,
my friend.
throws out 8 arrows and then goes, "Huh, I like this bow. I think I'll keep it."
Wow, that was epic. Okay.
That's under
Right.
an arrow a second.
Oh, easily. I actually like to think that he drew 4 arrows at the same time.
Oh, Robin Hood, Men of the
Yeah.
Men in Tights kind of style.
Yeah, do you get,
Just
do you
let
get
him go one
advantage on,
finger at a time.
do you get advantage on all of those hits, by the
He
way?
should have advantage on all of them.
So all those ones that
I
miss,
didn't
let's
know
re-roll
this.
them. Let's re-roll those ones that
Okay.
didn't
Reroll
hit.
those ones.
Let's re-roll them
I
and see what happens.
apologize. Hold on a sec, because I should
Get a couple
re-roll
more
everything that didn't hit.
Yeah,
So that's
pretty much.
Yeah.
1, 2,
No, re-roll everything bar the nat 20s. You might get another nat 20.
4,
Yeah.
5.
Yeah, just do
Okay.
another 8 rolls and see what
Okay.
happens.
Right.
I forgot I get
Tell
advantage.
my taxes real quick.
This is madness. Okay, so no.
Oh, wow. There's some
Hey,
dirt
there we go, we
rolls.
got one other one.
Oh, we got one!
Very
Now
nice.
I need to roll 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, no, I guess my first d20 would have been the third one, so that works out. I got
Yeah.
one more crit in me. Okay. Add another 39 on that.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
I really hope Spooty's watching right now because he's been dying to play this character.
Madness.
If not, he can watch
Absolute
the VOD.
madness.
That
Love
was
the way
incredible.
the Tarrasque, this god of destruction just appears and immediately just gets arrows right
Please, Dan,
into
let
his
me know
face.
how he received 8 arrows, some of which bounced off, but
Yeah, I'm thinking you know that scene from Hero where the Tarrasque just gets up and roars and is just about fully expecting to charge at you all and just comes screaming, roars up and then just looks and sees these arrows. And it just goes I'm imagining the ones under the armpit, one goes up in under the jugular, one into the roof of the mouth. These are all in some really serious, painful places as it roars up. Is very upset with that. Very, very upset with that.
I
And
feel like I should move away.
Oh yeah, you still have movement after all that.
yeah, would you like to do more things?
Well, I have some of the highest HP, but I feel like staying alive is a priority, so...
Run away!
Yeah, let's see. What's 30 feet back? Because I'm not gonna, with the oath bow, I'm not going to run out of range.
Oh, somebody's
Yeah.
doing
Oh,
the
Dan,
other
I don't know if you know, with the oath bow, I can shoot and hit this thing anywhere in the arena,
Oh,
even
yeah,
if it's behind cover.
Of course. Of course. Of course. Who needs cover? Is that your turn?
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. So
Nice.
the Tarrasque,
Nice bow.
full of arrows, rears back and lets out a frightful roar, which sounds a bit weird. It kind of sounds like this.
How intimidating.
Yeah, but I'm going to need you to all roll a wisdom save, please.
Ooh. I believe I roll mine at advantage.
I
Hold
don't
on.
get
Yes,
that with
you do.
advantage. I have proficiency, but not advantage, so I get
Plus 11.
right.
A nat 20?
Oh!
You're not making fun of that oil now, are you?
No, it's just a really weird ostrich.
And I think as you say that, Quilliam, you realise that your hands are shaking, as you are terrified of this Tarrasque. You are considered frightened for the next minute. Everyone else passed, and is therefore
advantage on it, doesn't it?
No, Quilliam.
Oh, Quilliam.
I do not. I know. I am scared.
I am scared.
I am quite scared.
I am very quite scared.
And
I think
the tiny little hedgehog, and tiny little part.
And I think, sensing that, the Tarrasque is going to run in that direction. We can go 40. Or is that 40? Hang on, let's do this. Because it is the Tarrasque's turn after all.
Yeah, is it 40 from the center of it, or interesting?
40. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do eight steps.
It's getting closer.
It wants to munch a snowman.
What's that munch a snowman?
Get a copyright strike. And you know what? It's gonna dash.
Oh God.
But there's a snowman in the way.
And you know what? It gets to here, but what you notice is it gets to that snowman and is so delicate in the way that it steps over. It could have crushed that snowman, but it does not.
It
has an appreciation for fine art. Maybe we could talk to it.
I think the time for talking is gone.
And I think for now, yeah, that is the Tarrasque's turn as it bears over the two of you. Quilliam, you're shitting your pants.
Thankfully, I wear a robe. It can just
brown
drop
robe.
between the
You brought
legs.
the brown
It's fine.
As we move on to Creek.
Okay, Creek sees this obviously misshapen ostrich approach. He's gonna walk up to melee with it and then start climbing it.
Okay.
So can I just start climbing it, or do I need to make some kind of check for it?
I'd like to. Where are you aiming for? Where are you trying to get to?
Just 20 feet up it. I'm pretty sure it's taller than 20 feet, but yeah, I'm gonna try and start just getting up it.
All right. Let's roll an athletics check.
Okay, let's see. Minimum I can get on those are 10, so that's a 23 actually.
Reliable talent.
Yep, reliable talent. Anything I'm proficient in. Yep. I can roll. You can treat any roll lower than a 9 as a 10, so I have 23.
23. I'm going to give you your full movement up that Tarrasque.
Okay,
So 20 foot up. How big are Tarrasques? Who knows? Do I know? Does it say on here?
Big.
Pretty big.
Very big.
Yeah, it does.
Big
it says
feet.
big. Yeah. I'd say maybe 20 feet. You're probably going to get up to maybe like between its like hind legs and front legs. So maybe like into like his mid back.
And then bonus action dash up it.
Okay, roll another athletics check.
Roll another athletics check
Yeah.
at advantage. That's a 32.
Okay. So I'd say you're now like in prime, like Daenerys Targaryen position, and like this is the weirdest thing. Like you go up and you expect these like plates and things to be really like really hard bone and gristle, but like there's a weird like squish and soft to them that you weren't expecting, and it impedes your climbing ability somewhat. But you're a fucking rogue, so you get up there, no worries.
And then I would like to stab it at advantage, I believe, and I have multi-attack from fighter. So first attack with my rapier. That's 26 to hit.
26 hits.
And then I would like to use a maneuver. Let's see. I would like to I would like to make a goading attack. So it needs to make a wisdom saving throw against my DC, which I believe is 8 plus proficiency plus my dex. So 8 plus 6, 14, dex, 19. A wisdom saving throw against 19.
See how wise this Godzilla creature
Meets
is.
it, beats it.
Meets it, beats
19.
Okay. I add the superiority die to the damage anyway. So, and I get sneak attack because I'm at advantage. So let me roll. Oh, that is solidly 37 plus 17,
54.
54, and then I get my second attack.
Oh.
That's a 16 to hit.
16 to hit.
Wow. 4 and a
15 to hit. It misses, I'm afraid. It manages to shrug you off a little. You don't fall, but it moves out the way, blocks the attack off its shoulders.
But yeah, that's my whole turn. Unlike Mr. 8 arrows and 24 bites.
Amazing.
Don't worry, it's not a competition. We're all just trying to live.
I know.
And the Tarrasque, is this the end of your turn?
Yeah, that's the end of my turn.
Amazing. The Tarrasque, as you're holding there, as you stab in with the rapier, you almost rip a piece of the carapace away, and these 2 dainty little wings come up.
Oh god, no.
And the wings start to beat and flap. And you find it very hard to hold on. As
What the hell?
I need everyone within 10 feet to make a strength saving throw.
Okay.
I have a -1 to these.
7.
Okay.
7.
strength saving throw. I think I get this at advantage.
That should do it. 8.
Yeah. That's...
Get it!
All right. So you are interesting. So you're all going to take, except for Buttercup. Let me do some rolling. 20. It's 4d6 plus 10. 20 bludgeoning damage and knocked prone. Now, for me, knocked prone means you're going to fall off. What do we think about that?
Any chance I could
Dexterity saving throw?
yeah?
Yeah,
Let's see if he can grab us. If they can grab a spine.
You might want to fall off.
Oh, or that. You could fail the roll on purpose.
Nah, I'm gonna make if the dexterity saving throw is okay by you, I'm quite fine making one.
All right, I tell you what. Let's do because it was quite a spectacular fail on the strength saving throw, despite the advantage. I'm going to say you do fall off, but if you make the dex save, then you'll do half the damage.
That's fine by me. That's a 28.
Yeah, I'd say that's passed.
Nice.
And then how far up were you? You did 20 up,
50 feet
then
up.
Tall?
50 feet. So so what's that? 5d6.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I think it's every floor, which is about 12 feet or something like that.
Yeah.
So you're going to take half of this. So you're going to take 5. God,
Oh.
2 dog shit rolls right there.
Oh, boo! Hey, I'm so sad.
He's Godzilla.
Talking all that,
dice.
talking all that good shit a second ago.
And then as part of this legendary action, the Tarrasque, with these tiny little wings, manages to take flight over the top of you guys to there. So Creek, if you would like an opportunity attack
I will
at disadvantage, you're prone.
Cancelled out by the foresight. I will.
Yeah,
take-
roll it straight.
So a rapier, 20 to hit.
Swing and a miss as it flies over on these tiny little. It's weird. It's like not so much of a fly, almost like it sort of jumps and sort of like shakes and shimmies and manages to like balloon over Quilliam and Buttercup.
I'm imagining the Tarrasque doing the Yoshi jump from Mario, where it just kicks and goes.
That noise really entertained me. I don't know about you guys. All right, so we are now on to Scaredy Quilliam.
So this thing is flying now, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, dearie me. Okay. Oh God, that completely ruins what I wanted to do. Well, I'm running away, so I can't directly move towards it, right?
No.
The frightened thing. Okay. So
Can
the
I
first
ask a question really quick?
Mm-hmm.
As it took off, wouldn't Quilliam and Buttercup get an opportunity of attack?
I'm still within Buttercup's and Quilliam's range.
Oh, you're
haven't left their range.
I'm not hitting that thing. It's huge.
But thank you. Keep doing it. Keep doing these things.
Okay. Quilliam will look incredibly terrified and go, "Oh, I need some help. Jeremy, where are you?" And he shall cast his Spirit Totem, and this, as a bonus action, a kind of translucent silvery bear will arrive up and grant everybody 25 temporary hit points, and everybody gains advantage on strength checks and saving throws in whatever totem you want to place. You can place it next to me because it gets everybody.
Mm-hmm.
That is...
Is there a range that we'd be concerned about if we move away?
It's a 30-foot range. It's a 30-foot radius.
Let me see if I can find a nice bear for you. Can I do you a panda?
Like Jeremy.
Or does it need to be a brown bear? Or does it need to be what kind of bear?
Oh, he's a silvery polar bear.
He's a silvery
because
polar
he's
bear.
translucent, you see.
Love it. Love it, love it. It weirdly does look a little bit like a rug. I'm sorry.
Jeremy, oh my God, what happened to you?
He's a very flat bear. He's just like...
The Tarrasque landed on him.
Oh, no. Hang on. Let's have a little standy up bear. There we go.
Eventually,
that's a bit nicer.
25.
Oh, Jeremy, you look so much better.
25 temporary hit points.
Yeah, it's 5 plus my druid level, which is 20, and advantage on strength, saving, and ability checks. And then Quilliam, still absolutely pissing his little britches, will go, "Oh, well, if you can fly, I think I should too." And he shall wild shape into a giant eagle and GTFO in the opposite direction.
Amazing.
Giant eagle flying speed of 80 feet, so away I go. Bye-bye.
Okay, so the Tarrasque is going to take an opportunity attack.
Oh, that's not good at all.
I was going to ask, can I ride?
Buying dinner first, Jesus.
Oh, Melissa just say, what about flyby? Do you have flyby as an eagle? Or,
hold on, let me get you into eagle.
you might be able to leave without... Is it owls that get that?
I think it's only owls that get that. But I called it, but let me see. Multi-attack, big talons, keen sight. I do not have flyby as a giant eagle. This is going to hurt.
I really appreciate the chat today. They're really helping us out today.
Yeah, giving you all the things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me just give you the... So, is my understanding of this correct, that you turn into the giant eagle, you turn, and then the Tarrasque attacks you? So I would
guess so, because I turn and then I leave.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're going by giant eagle stats.
Yeah. It's okay. It's actually a better armor class. By 1.
All right, where am I?
This eagle is going to be around for very long.
So many things.
That's crapped out.
I'm praying for you, Aiden.
What you notice is like the Tarrasque is like there on all fours, but the claw that the claw that flares up is one of the back claws, which is thoroughly unexpected.
Back heal me?
Yeah, it's going to back heal you. It's going to like scorpion kick you. 34 to hit.
Oh yeah, that just about hits my AC of 13. just about.
For 35 slashing damage.
And that he. Oh, now hold on. Does the temporary hit points apply to the eagle? I think it does.
Does it?
Yep. Yep.
I would imagine
Okay.
it's all allies. So I'm still an eagle.
So your temporary hit points pour over to to there.
Let me just completely read. Each creature of your choice in the aura, which would include me, and I am in the aura, so that gains the 25. The eagle is 23, so that's 48. You did 25 points of damage. I
35.
still have 13 hit points, and I'm still flying the fuck away.
Amazing. Fly, my pretty fly.
Okay, William is just going to go over here for the moment.
Let's take. Yeah, I'm going to put you on the GM layer. Oh,
Let's say I'm 30 feet up.
Okay, lovely. Where did I put you on the GM layer as you moved, so now you've completely disappeared. Oh, there you are. It was like, gone. All right, that is Quilliam's turn.
Do I get to make another saving throw against being frightened?
Yes, you do. Wisdom save, please.
Okay, oh Christ, what's an eagle's wisdom? No, do I keep my stats?
Yeah, you keep your mental stats while wild
Yes,
shape.
I do. Okay.
It's polymorph that you change your mentals.
Indeed. I know this. I know how to play druid. 21.
21. Amazing. So all of you are now immune to the frightful presence of the Tarrasque.
William gets halfway away and goes, "Wait a minute, I'm not scared."
You're not.
At the end of your turn, the Tarrasque is going to use another legendary action and is going to bite. At Alexander.
Would.
Got reach.
32.
Yeah, that way beats my AC.
32 hits for 44 piercing damage.
Okay.
And I need and you are grappled.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I love the way. I need a set. No, it just happens.
Yeah, and grappled. Okay, Buttercup,
Alrighty.
it's your turn.
He's still really annoyed about the Tarrasque being called champion. That has really kind of got him as he's sort of like standing there, he's holding, trying to deal with it. It's this whole thing that's happening around him, and he just hears "Gummy bear," and he just goes into absolute rage. So I'm gonna use my bonus to go into rage, and then I'm gonna come in with some attacks. I think so. I'm gonna place. I'm going to make this, see if it hits first. We'll go from there. So he comes in with the first attack, misses with an 18. And comes in with the second, 26.
That one hits.
Cool. And as he goes in for the throw, the tattoos begin to kind of glow up. So I'm going to add the Blood Fury damage to this as well. So that's 24. And can I get a... wisdom saving throw, please, for a stunning strike?
Is it not con?
I don't know. I even looked at
It's definitely con.
Yeah, it's one.
Okay.
No, it's charisma actually.
Oh, there it
This
is.
Tarrasque has loads of mates.
I haven't read it. Yeah, con. You see, I do a stunning strike on that one.
It's all right. Godzilla doesn't have a good Constitution score, I'm sure.
Oh, that's a 14.
Yeah,
Oh
it
my
fails.
God.
So that's stunned. And now,
It's going to use one of its legendary resistances, and it's going to pass.
Perfect. That's
Freaking
exactly what I
Burn
want to
him,
happen.
burn him.
So I think I get to do something because I've spent a key point, right?
You're asking me?
Yeah, because you played these things.
At level Joe, are you making pups level 20? Everyone heard it.
Oh,
Everyone heard it.
I'm fairly sure that after you take an attack action, you can know that's not it.
Are you talking flurry of blows?
Yeah.
Yeah. So as a monk, you get extra attack. So you've done your attack action, extra attack, and you get a free unarmed strike without using any key points.
Okay. I'll do that then. Is that with my bonus action though?
That would be your bonus action. Yeah. Sorry.
Right, and then I use the key point. So then, does I get something out of that? I think I used.
The open hand technique, which is your subclass feature, only activates if you use flurry of blows. So if you spend 1 key point, you can do one of the 3 things.
Okay. Okay, great. So so that's me done. As he comes in with a little punch to the kneecap, I think.
Oh, though it does take a bonus action to rage.
Yeah, exactly. So
that's why.
I've already used my
Action economy.
But I'd much rather have the rage because I am now resistant to all damage apart from psychic.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, unlucky, Joe.
Even
unlucky. This Tarrasque gonna mess with your mind.
God.
This psychic flying Tarrasque.
Alexander.
Before I do,
your turn. Oh.
Before I just want to say hi to Red Panda Gamer who's just arrived. So.
Oh, hey, Red Panda Gamer.
Yes, sir.
And now my action's complete, I think.
I believe you almost stunned the Tarrasque. Every monk in the chat is going, "Oh my god!"
I think Tarrasque sort of goes, what?
Right in the kid's
off for a second.
And then Joe's character turns and sees his red panda friend in the stands and goes, "Hi!"
Yeah.
See what I did?
Yeah, and Red Panda's got a t-shirt on, it just said 44 on the front of it.
Let's go.
All right, top of the round. Let's go.
Okie doke. So, because he has reach, if I move away at this point, I am taking an attack of opportunity, right?
You're grappled, my friend, so you ain't going nowhere.
Oh, that's right. Okay, got it.
You have advantage on strength checks if you want to try and break it.
Yeah, but that would be...
No, you don't actually. You're outside the 30... I think you're just outside the 30-foot range.
True. So, how does this work with point blank? Me shooting arrows into it.
I believe you're restrained as well, so I don't think you can do anything until you break out.
Okay. So that would be a strength saving throw to get out of the restrained and grappled?
Contested athletics, right?
It's athletics for the creep. Wait, no. So because it specifically says DC 20 save, that doesn't change. You can make athletics or acrobatics to break out of grapples.
Oh, I see. So if they roll above a 20, then...
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go acrobatics then.
Oh, and you are out.
There it is.
However, that is your action.
Yes. So then I'm going to action surge. So I could be dead next turn. And I'm going to lay 4 arrows into this thing. Yeah, I've got 2. This is my last one.
Oh, well, we might be able to take a short rest in the middle. You never know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe in its gut.
Yeah.
So let's do uno. Dos.
One crit.
Yeah.
Race.
5.
Now, the 3 that... Wait, there's only 1 there that hits, right?
2.
Well, you have advantage. Don't forget.
2 that hit? Okay. Right, because I can re-roll 3 of those. So I'm just going to roll 3 d20s.
Mm-hmm. 31? No.
Yeah.
So
the 15 plus my everything would be... It'd be 15 plus 9. So that would have been 24. 9 plus 11 would have been 20. And then 9 plus 5 would have been... 14.
All right, so 2 of those hit, the 27 and the 25. The 24 literally goes, well,
Okay.
it just tickles its cheek with the
Gotcha.
fletching.
Okay, so I'll roll damage on 2 of the normals.
So
It's
it's just the 25 and the crit. So it's
okay. Never mind.
So 31
so take the
and
31, and that's the crit.
All right, let me do this.
Now the reach on this thing is 10 feet, right?
You don't know. Yeah, it's 10 feet.
Okay.
It's 10 feet.
I can't back up without getting bit, so that's fine.
Correct.
I haven't seen this thing do anything but a melee attack, so I think splitting us up would be a good idea, because it could make it choose. So I think I'll take the attack of opportunity to move away.
We know it already provoked attack of opportunity from our friend running away.
Yes.
It's the top of the round, though.
Has it been?
Yeah, it hasn't been.
It's not top of the round. It's its turn. Okay, yeah. Fair.
Okay. So then I will juke over here behind this Christmas tree. Well, in between these two Christmas trees. And kind of just go...
I took that bullet for you!
Thank you! Come and get me, Big Ugly!
I'm very badly hurt. But all you're hearing is...
Okay. The Tarrasque looks round at you and uses, at the end of that turn, uses a legendary action and just snarls at you and then just bites down on Buttercup.
Oof.
It's gonna hit me. It hits me.
So for 48 piercing damage.
All right, I'll take half of that.
Yeah.
So that's
I'll
24.
Anime nerds out there.
24.
All right, so I use my temps, and then so it's 3. Okay.
3 hit points that took off your main.
Yeah. This reminds me when we fought Tiamat, mate. This is great.
Yeah.
Get it,
Just
angry
grind
bug.
it down.
Yeah, and now I'm grappled.
You are grappled.
Oh no. It says I am restrained. So
Let me look up what restrained does, because people are telling me in the chat that it's only disadvantage.
yeah, it's restrained
until-
is 0 movement. They has advantages on attacks on me, and I have disadvantages on it, and I fail dex saves, I think.
Let me check.
So you're grappled and restrained.
Yeah,
so
restrained
it's-
creature speed becomes 0. Attack rolls, creature have advantage. The attack rolls, their attack rolls have disadvantage. You have disadvantage on dex save throws.
Great. Can I use a reaction to give it a punch then? Because I have, with my Blood Fury, if I can use my reaction to make a melee attack against it.
Yeah. Do it.
Right, so this is with disadvantage.
Okay.
Okay.
I believe.
Oh no. We're gonna miss. It's like, this is what happens with retirement, right? You've retired from boxing for a little while, and you're not quite in the flavour yet. So, yeah, he swings and misses while it's inside his teeth.
Yeah, so I'm imagining the Tarrasque comes down and sort of like bites into your side, like gets a good old sort of purchase on there, lifts up, and you almost like come down to try and punch it across the nose, and it just like glides off the nostril. It's now the Tarrasque's turn, and it's going to it's going to try and swallow you with advantage. Oh, very good job. It's got advantage because that's a 34.
It's all right. The 20 would have hit as well.
Wait, did it get a 20 but roll a 1?
Yeah. So no matter what happens, just so you know, Dan, if you attack me, you're gonna hit me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, as you all look on, you see the Tarrasque lift up your little butterfly friend. It tries to swing a punch, but the Tarrasque just flicks it up into the air and opens its mouth, and Buttercup disappears.
Oh no.
Ooh. He doesn't even get a saving throw on that?
Probably
No.
not, no. So I'm in. I'm guessing we're in the stomach. Is there anything
Yes.
I need to know?
Yeah. So your grapple ends. That's good. There's a reason I'm not putting this in the chat. Your grapple ends. You find your way all the way down, and all of a sudden you find your arms down by your side. You are still restrained as you feel muscles just like constrict against you. You cannot see a thing. You are blind. and yeah, you're stuck. You're in the dark. Your arms are down by your side, and you are struggling. So I'm going to take, just for now, I'm going to take Buttercup off the field. So then the Tarrasque is going to move 40 feet to here. Bears down, giving you the same smile back as it comes in with the remainder of its multi-attack. It's weird. You've heard about the fearsome horns and tail of the Tarrasque, but it just seems to lift up its back legs a lot and just tries to scratch the hell out of you. So we're going to have 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do they all hit?
Hold on, who are you attacking here?
That was at... so I've moved over to Alexander.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
My AC is 17, so I don't see a single number on there that isn't a 17.
So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh, so yeah, so that's 50, 72,
Lord.
102, 103.
Okay.
Just a casual little 103 damage.
That's fine.
So as he lays into Alexander, he just starts bleeding all over and goes, "That's not very nice. What if I ate you?"
And the Tarrasque sort of grins down at you, and we almost start at a shot in the Tarrasque. We go down onto this. You swear that the coloration of a Tarrasque was different as you go down to the chest, into the belly, and you almost like push through into the abdomen. We go through, and we just see. What do we see, Joe? You talk to me.
He's just inside, sort of held tight. I just go, gummy bear. And he's like, what he's trying to do is get his hands ready to do like a punch like this. So this is what he's preparing.
And I think we're going to take a little break there. We've overrun a little bit on the break, but I thought I'm just going to terrify you first before we go to break. Thank you very much for everyone who's been joining on the chat. Thank you very much for everyone who's been helping out with all of the rules and things like that. It really does help me out a lot, both in terms of in the chat and for the players. I hope everyone is having fun. And yeah, let's maybe take 5. Yeah, how are you guys getting on? Talk to me.
Well, I haven't been swallowed, so there's that.
Yeah, I'm still calling it round 7, mate. Round 7, you go down.
Just charging up Kamehameha in there or something.
Do you know what I'm really looking forward to? I'm really looking forward to like going back and like regardless of the result of this, I'm looking forward to going back and like seeing Zach's first round of attacks and all your happy little faces, and then just that moment then when he got absolutely brutalized and Joe got swallowed. That was just really nice for me. Anyway, let's take a little 5-10 minute break, and we'll be back soon on TPK. Go and get yourself a drink, go and take yourself a tea, go and take yourself a gin, and we'll see you soon. Big love. Bye.
Bye.
Hello, welcome back. Yeah, see, there's the scared face that I want, Aiden. That's where it is. Oh, wait, hang on.
Just luring you into a false sense of security, Dan.
Sorry, I like to do my killing with a headband on.
Yeah, I like to do my killing from inside the stomach.
Here, Dan, this is all I'll give you. Ready?
There you go.
That's all you
Nice. Clip it, stick it on the Insta. Amazing. Speaking of, shout out to the Neomancer who sent me a picture, or sent us a picture the other day, absolutely dripping in our merch. It was amazing. He had the Sabotage the DM mug, and he had his Bacco Light t-shirt with the tour dates on the back as a tribute to many of our VIPs. Please consider going back and watching the Booking Baxter Backleright 2-shot, which was DM'd by Rob Thompson. He just decided for his first DM thing ever, he was going to homebrew a 2-shot and then do it on a live stream. No biggie.
Love Baxter.
That was amazing.
Love Baxter Backleright.
Yeah. Love a bit of Baxter. Baxter Backleright is an amazing NPC within our game. We don't care who he is.
A fantastic player that featured on that. That was the dog.
Well, Lolo.
Or the person.
Lolo Brow. One of the best cabaret performers I've ever seen.
But literally,
Insane.
it's like if Baxter sings, everyone loses their minds and starts killing each other. No, it's just such a beautiful, beautiful power to have.
Like the scene from Kingsman. Like the scene in the church from Kingsman. That's basically what happens. And then Joe just randomly brought him into the opening of our bar in our main and nearly killed us all.
I forgot.
And then, but he got.
You know me. I never write stuff down.
But luckily, our monk critted the wisdom save and then went and punched him in the throat. And Joe went, "You know what? I'm going to play a monk in my next TPK, but not read anything."
Yeah.
You're probably wondering how I ended up in this stomach. All right. Thank you very much for everyone who is joining us. I'm seeing lots of new peeps. Thank you for the Philly fam for showing up. Thank you for everyone else who is joining us. Happy birthday again to DM Philly. If you're liking what you're seeing, we have more TPK. We have 2 side quests currently on our main flagship Waterdeep Mall Rats, which is like a hybrid of Dragon Heist and Homebrew with its own like backstory and things all thrown in. Please consider giving us a little like. The follow goal, the follow goal on there is a lie unless we've suddenly lost 100 followers in 24 hours, which we haven't. But please try and bring us up to what says 450 but is actually 550. We are so very, very close. And if you are watching this on YouTube, give us a like, give us a subscribe, tell us what you think, and then maybe come and join us over here in our lovely, lovely community on the chat one time in Twitch. That is all the niceties I'm going to give. I'm going to get back to killing you now. Shall we jump back in TPK?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Bring it.
That was the end of the Tarrasque's turn.
Oh, was
Creek.
it? Oh, I didn't realise. I thought it had way more to do. Oh, that was an easy one.
So
I can swing more times at Alexander if you like.
No, you
that's not
cannot.
in the rules, so is it?
Oh, hang on, wait. Oh, action surge.
Tarrasque has action surge.
Tarrasque surge.
25. DM, I've been dropped out of those lines. I'm just getting blank, actually. I should mention that. And I don't appear to be in the turn order either.
Have you?
Because
okay.
you've gone to GM layer. Because you've gone to GM layer, you're not on there. But if we ever come back, Dan should be able to see them on the turn order.
Yeah, I see you on the turn order, and what we'll do is, because thank you for flagging, I'll put you back on the token order, which will bring you back in.
There. Yes.
And I will do the same to Buttercup. I will just.
Excellent.
Yeah, and now you can see all the things, and we'll just put. What should we do? Buttercup. I'll give you a little there because you're in a belly. There you go. All right. Buttercup ain't there. I won't give you an X. Not yet. Creek, it is your turn.
Okay. Same verse, second verse, same as first. I'm going to try and climb it again.
Okay. Go on, athletics check.
Athletics check. That's a net 20, 33.
Oh, 20! All right, so how far up do you get with the remainder of your movement? Because you did a little run first.
10 feet. And then bonus action, do it again.
Okay, I think someone put in the chat how big the...
It's 50 foot tall, 70 foot long.
Right, great, good
That's
to know.
my cousin Sam.
Thanks, cousin Sam.
Yep.
So
and then
another athletics check.
Oh, athletics check. Let me just roll that real quick. 30.
Yeah, fine.
Then I would
Can you
like
stick
to
a finger like way down its throat just to like make it.
That's it, buddy.
Just punch
Come
in
on,
the solar
up it comes.
plexus as hard as you can.
Well, unfortunately for my 6 intelligence character, I don't think they know what are bloody solar plexuses. They just know to step it, so that's what they're gonna do. So first attack, second attack.
Oh yeah!
This is gonna be tasty.
That's gotta be the sneak
I'm not
attack
gonna use
one,
my
hasn't
sneak
it?
attack on the first one. I'm gonna use it on the second one.
Yes.
So, first hit, that's just 12 piercing, and then the second hit, I'm going to use goading attack again, so I need a wisdom save from her.
Okay. Wisdom save. What number are you looking for?
My DC is 19.
7.
So all attacks against anything but Creek have disadvantage. And also any attack against Creek also still has disadvantage because of foresight. So,
Nice.
the second attack, that's sneak attack with superiority die. That's a big number. A lot of ones, apparently. So that's 48 plus 15, 63, 70 damage.
70 damage. Very nice.
I'm then gonna action surge and do it again.
Oh! I won't make you carry it on this turn, but I think going forwards, call your sneak
25
attack.
to hit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Huh?
agreed.
So I think I won't make you do it this turn, but going forward, call your sneak attack. So you can't like paladin wait for a smite before you throw it.
Okay, we'll do.
Is that how sneak attack works? I haven't played a 5e rogue, so...
That's how we usually do a lot of things when we call advantages and we call all that stuff. That's what we do.
Okay, so
All right.
that's a 25 and a 31.
Both of those hit, so that's 27 damage.
Yep.
Just,
And then Creek's sort of just gonna chill out after stabbing it a bunch, and that's their turn.
So how much damage is that in total? 90 something.
90 million.
19
so
million.
that's
Oh.
70 from that one, 82, 95, and then 109.
109.
Wow.
Anything happened
Wow.
from that, Dan, by any chance?
No.
Oh yeah.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, get the bird!
It didn't like it.
Mhm.
Didn't
You
enjoy it.
stabbed that ugly bird!
Can I ask you, Joe, Master of the Monks, do key attacks count as magical attacks?
My fists are magical.
But is your key magical?
Well, no. Once you get to monk a certain high level, I believe all of your fist
Yeah.
attacks that you
All
hit
of my
with
fists
are
are magical.
magic.
But with magic, I suppose it's like your access. It's a bit like druids, right? You're accessing the natural magic. It's probably something that's connected to the weave in
Oh,
some
it's
way.
not magic.
Our monk in the chat is very emphatically saying not magic, not magic.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not magic.
I could be wrong. I'm thinking of a different system then.
Okay. I presume so. I wanted to check because I've realised I haven't been doing a thing which I will start doing,
shit.
but it does not work with key.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep, that's
Let's. Lovely. This Tarrasque does not want you on them. So, them little wings are going to come out again, going to come waving away. And so I'm going to need strength saving throws from both Alexander and Creek, please.
At advantage
I was about to say, because we're within 30 feet of the totem.
of Jeremy.
Ooh.
Call him Jeremy.
Good old
dear.
Jeremy. Okay,
Don't
that's a
think
no
an
for
11 does
Creek.
it, though.
No. Do you do it with advantage?
Yep, it's 11 either way.
Oh no, Alexander, are you rolling with advantage?
Yeah.
Did
so
I
it's
just get that right? Lovely.
Just about
That's
within 30 feet.
lovely. That's still a fail. So you are both gonna take. Let's do this again. 23, 46 plus 10, 23 bludgeoning damage.
Can I
And
ask
we
you a
said
quick
what?
question?
Correct.
When does temporary HP renew for being within the aura?
It doesn't. You just get it.
It doesn't. It's just a one-time. Okay.
I think it's just a one time. Let me double check, but I'm relatively sure it doesn't.
And
Sorry, I
then
didn't mean to
Creek,
cut you
you
off
were-
again.
No, all good. And you're 50 feet up again, Creek, yeah?
I was 40 feet that time.
40 feet that time, thank you. Can I get a dex save
Yeah.
for you to pass?
Also, I forgot I have evasion, so if I pass, I just don't take any damage.
Amazing. So instead of 6, you take 0.
Yep.
That's a reaction evasion, right?
Nope, it's just a feature.
Because
Really?
rogues are stupidly broken.
Uncanny dodge is a reaction, but evasion isn't.
Wow. Amazing. Okay, so you take no damage, but you are both prone.
Gotcha. Are we just like slammed against the ground? Is that essentially what's going on?
Yeah, I'm imagining, because you're right up against the crowd, like these tiny little wings, like they generate so much incredible power that you sort of like go against the hoardings, against like the front row, and land down. Whereas Creek sort of falls. I think Creek, being a rogue, sort of like falls with like a perfect 3-point landing, and then goes, "Oh no, I've fallen down. I'm so just committing to the bit, you know."
Oh no, I'm so hurt.
I have
Hands against the wall and
How
it looks
dare,
at Creek and goes,
throw me off for the second time?
that didn't move or anything. He's still where the Tarrasque is still where it is. Didn't-
Alexander slams against the wall, looks at Creek and goes, "Now I understand why you hate birds."
They're annoying. They constantly peck at you, and now it's flying.
Excuse me, I find that offensive.
All you hear is,
Why is that eagle just squawking at us?
Yeah, Squawky Eagle, please. What is your? It's your turn. You're next. What's happening?
If you would somewhat hear in the distance a very slight dun 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 as this giant eagle takes a dive bomb, goading it as much as it can, going, and he's just going to do everything he can, 80 feet movement, so this is well within range, to just go within the Tarrasque range and then try and leave the range, just kind of flapping its wings and trying to goad it to take an attack at it. It's like, hit me, a big thing. It already hit me once, so I'm trying to see if it's going to hit me again.
Oh, so you're going and you're trying to provoke a.
I want
an attack
to
of
provoke an
opportunity.
attack of opportunity. Bit of a staple of characters of
it's
mine, now that I
with
realize that.
disadvantage. As well.
I have an arm.
Oh yeah, because a goading attack. I believe it's all attacks now. Give me let me check that. When you hit a creature on a failed save, the target has disadvantage on all attack rolls against targets other than you until the end of your next turn. So.
Okay, so like I'll imagine it's gonna go in and just gonna kind of start beating it with its wings in its eyes, and then use its remaining movement to come back 10 feet. That's
So
what I'm
you're-
trying to do. I'm gonna leave it up to the DM, see what happens.
Are you attacking?
No, I'm not. I'm being a nuisance.
You're being a nuisance. Okay. So what I'm going to do is the Tarrasque has very low intelligence. So wouldn't be able to tell the difference between a tactic. However, Hedgepaw has carved the shit out of the Tarrasque, whereas you've been mostly a flappy nuisance. So what I'm going to say, I'm going to roll a d20.
Okay.
If it's above 10, it'll attack you. If it's below 10, it will not.
Okay.
Oh, it wants you bad. It wants you bad.
Hit me. Hit me.
So it is going to go in. So it's going to go. What can I do? Oh, I can do either of these. So it's going to go in with a bite.
Oh.
37.
Oh,
36,
of course that
but I
hits
don't
me.
think it
Yes,
matters.
it's 36.
Oh, yeah, 36.
Dan, just making
Sorry,
sure.
sorry.
It's actually
Does 36 hit? Does it meet and hit?
It just beats it by 23. Yeah, 23 just about.
Cheeky fucker.
Okay. Hey, you wanted to put yourself on the firing line. I give
Yes,
you the
I
big
did.
one, right?
I wanted it to burn its reaction is what I wanted.
Yeah.
And I didn't
So-
want to, and this one more than likely knocked me out of wild shape, so I'll still have my bonus action.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Nice job.
So yeah, so I think 36 piercing damage takes you out of wild.
So 36, that's 24 going. Oh, nice round number. Okay. So the bird dissipates and just kind of, he lands next to, and he just looks over at the archer and goes, "Get the hell out of here now, you absolute fool!" And cast heal to give him at cast heal 6th level to give our archer 70 healing back, 70 points of healing.
Wonderful.
Counter spell. No, I'm joking.
There's the fear that you were looking
reach
for.
through this camera.
Oh, the little look on all your faces. I've been saving that for hours. Can I ask though? Can you do that spell whilst restrained?
Yeah. There is nothing to say. A creature that I can see within range. Choose a creature within 60 feet. Yeah, nothing to say that I can't do it.
Somatic components.
I fuck, I should have
So
probably.
restrained doesn't stop somatic components. Paralyzed would. It's like restrained is like I've been tied up with a lot of rope, but my hands are still free because I can still make attacks and stuff along those lines.
Yes,
I'm
Quillian
learning
cast
so
with his
much and I love
quills.
this. Yeah.
We have a guest on the stream, by the way.
Yeah. So
Hey.
Hey!
I have a fan. Yeah. If you can make an attack, you can do somatic components. So you good.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
so much love for you, Quinn, on the chat. It was like, yep, that's
Yeah.
right. Yep, Quinn,
Yeah.
that's right. Yep.
You know, play something for long enough, you know the rules. So.
Oh,
I
mate, I have
appreciate
no
it.
ideas of the rules. Don't worry about it.
However,
Oh,
that means I probably won't be able to I can't. I won't be able to reach in and grab a little thing that's in my pocket. Then I won't say because I'm pushing it a little bit. So I
is
can't
heal
reach
a
that.
bonus action?
No, heal was an action.
Oh, you didn't attack, did you?
I didn't I was just being annoying. I kind of swooped by. I wanted to provoke the attack, so I healed him, but I won't be able to reach into thing. Crap, that's a spell, isn't it? Okay then. Well, as a bonus action, I will simply utter a word because I don't have to reach it. I can just utter a word to activate this thing. I won't be able to do the thing, but I'll utter going, "Oh Lord, I wish I had a little thing of whiskey now. That would really hit the spot. Just a little snifter of whiskey would be great. Oh well, let's just stay here now and see what on earth is going to happen next." And he'll turn back to his archer. "Get the hell out of here!"
You want me to fuck off while you get drunk?
I'm just wishing for it now, and he might feel, even though he's strange, a little bulge. The thing that he was given is suddenly filled with a liquid, and that's my turn.
Lovely. So Quillian pisses himself into his cup.
I feel like
Speaking of cups, Buttercup.
Mm-hmm.
It is your turn. You are blinded. You are restrained.
Great. I'm going to go attack recklessly.
Okay.
So that'll bring it to normal, because if you attack me, it's going to be an advantage anyway, so it doesn't make any difference. So I will attack twice, and then I'm going to see what happens from there and figure out what else I want to do.
Okay.
So this will be a normal roll if it rolls. Oh, 25.
Meets, it hits.
Oh, so I get stunning strike on that one as well, so I get con.
Stunning from the inside.
So it's 26
Cons.
damage for the first one, and then do a con save. Looking for 18. Yeah, cool, you're fine.
just about.
It's interesting.
It's like one of those cartoon characters where like you see the explosion in the throat as it just goes boom.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to do the second one. So that's 27
That hits.
for another 30.
Ooh, nice.
I'll have a stunning strike on that.
Yes.
Stunning strike, con save, 20.
Oh, just about beats it.
What is it, 19?
Yeah. And then I'm going to go for the flurry of blows then. So we'll go for another 2.
Uh-huh.
So 23.
Oh, that one misses.
Ooh, it misses. 23 misses. Interesting. All right. Okay, for the next one, 14. I'll say misses,
14.
unfortunately. But as I've done that, I can use my bonus to do another attack. All right.
That is your flurry of blows is your 4th attack.
Oh.
So
Is that correct?
Yes. Flurry of blows is a bonus action. You make 2, but you gain your creature.
I see. If whenever you hit a creature of one of your attacks by a flurry of blows, you can oppose one of the things. Gotcha.
Right, so you'd have had to have hit with one of those to do the thing that you're trying to do.
I think so. Yeah.
And it being very mysterious over.
Yeah, I think that would be it. I'm just going to keep checking something because there might be something else. If you spend your action and you spend a key point to do a thing, you can make one to do a bonus action at the end of your turn. But that sounds weird.
Do you want to put it in the chat?
It's just so
In the meantime, Buttercup is just 1-inch punching the inside of the Tarrasque.
Yeah, trying to get out and just kill Billing.
Yep.
Well, I don't know, something tells me that they're going to have a little bit of company in that stomach relatively soon.
No, I think that is everything. So that was a total of 39, 40, 50, 61, 64. 64 total.
Wait, where are we getting 60? Where are we getting 66 from?
So 20, 40, 49, 50, 54, 58 actually was a total damage.
So I'm seeing 13, 21, and 9.
Yeah.
So 21 plus 9 is 30.
Yeah.
Plus
40.
2 more 10s is 50.
Yeah.
And then plus 2 3s is 6, 56.
That's the one. Oh yeah, 50. Yeah, 56. There's still 56.
56. I'm suddenly like, where are these numbers coming from? Yeah, as you like do these punches, you can feel there's like a real jerk from inside, and there's a moment where there's a squeeze, there's a moment where there's a relax, and you're doing some damage and you're doing something to its insides, but you ain't sure quite what's happening.
Great. Cool.
Okay. And
can I ask a DM question? Can I take any damage or anything at this point?
Not at this stage, no.
Yeah, just checking.
But thank you for checking. And I assure you, it's coming.
Okay.
I don't want to disappoint you. So we move to Alexander, freshly healed.
Whew. I'm looking at this eagle that just squawked at me and made me feel a lot better, and I'm just
that eagle's gone.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Can you place your? Oh yeah. So, you're in the mouth, aren't you? That's what's happening.
Right there.
You're in the Tarrasque's mouth.
Put the eagle away.
So Alexander does not want to take another attack of opportunity, but he doesn't have to, right? Because it's already been used up this round?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
correct.
Hold on. So let's just go 30 feet. Oh, wait, hold on. That's just on my screen. 30 feet this way. And then he's gonna whip around as he's running away and just fire 4 more arrows at this thing, Gatling gun style.
Very nice.
Come on, you big bastard!
Oh,
Crit!
Here we go.
oh my
Crit!
Crit. You get an extra d20 for that final one. You could get.
Please roll that extra d20. I so badly want you to get a 4th crit.
Come on.
Oh, that's a crit!
That's a crit!
Oh, that's a crit!
Yeah. 4 crits in a row.
Unbelievable.
Alexander comes online, has a spiritual awakening, and fires these arrows into each one of those 30 eyes that he has running down the side of his back.
That is my boy.
1, 2,
Oh, this is big.
3, 4.
A lot of damage.
That's a
Do
lot.
some math.
Okay. Yeah, let's do some maths. Are you doing it?
Plus 32, plus 21, plus 33, plus 11, plus 38, plus 12. That's 183 damage.
That's more than your 8 attacks.
Yeah.
That's a lot of imaginary damage.
That's a lot of damage.
Wow.
Wowza.
Wow. I'm imagining like the Tarrasque just like rears up in pain, and I think Quilliam is like in the scruff of its neck and is sort of held by the 4 attacks that have just gone. It's just like pinned up like him in the ass as he's rearing around, getting ragdolled.
But they just pierced the clothing, so it's just holding.
Yeah,
it.
literally just touch the clothing, just perfectly done. So like
You're
probably
fine.
It was worth it.
Get the butterfly.
Oh my god, that was insane. Wow, 183 damage.
Never seen that. I think that's the
That
highest
has to
we've
be
seen on
something
TPK.
gorgeous. Yeah.
Like,
That is, yeah. 4 crits in a row.
I really hope Spoody's here. If not, we're really gonna have to show him the VOD now.
Wow. All right. Oh, this Tarrasque does not like you. Is that your turn? Have you got, 6 more arrows to fire or some shit?
Well, I'm out of action searches. I've given my 30 feet of movement. I'm also gonna use my bonus action to second wind, because I feel like having more HP in this fight is never a bad thing. So I've got 1d10 plus 20. I'm just gonna roll a d10 here. I got 9, so I get 29 more HP back. So I am at let's see if I can do math. 48 plus 29.
9 points of healing in that round.
Yeah. I'm back. I'm up at 177. So I'm still bleeding from a lot of different places, but significantly less.
Oh yes, that must be terrible.
You said it was worth it.
Yeah, I tell you what a combo of rounds there of Aiden coming in and like flying in and taking the attack of opportunity away so that could happen. And
that was
wow.
Genius.
Genius.
I had no
Which
idea
of
what
us-
you were doing, but that was a pro level move.
Yeah, I have a history with characters who like provoking attacks of opportunity.
And we can't forget Creek. Without you, the disadvantage on attack. That was so clutch.
I mean, it got rid of like 1, but you know what? It was one more thing.
And let's not forget, Buttercup's here too.
sorry, gummy bears. What you say,
Buttercup
friend?
inside just punching.
It's like Vrax at the start of the Guardians 2.
Okay, kid,
phenomenal.
it's the Tarrasque's turn.
Doesn't
It's
What are
time.
you going to do, you big ugly brute?
First off, what it's going to do is we're going to do.
Sorry, Zed's just turned up on the chat. I just want to say
Hey,
hi to
Zed.
Zed.
Oh, hey, Zed.
Zed's our good luck charm. Zed shows up and 4 crits.
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
So Buttercup,
Ooh,
as you can feel underneath your sort of your shin guards and your boxing boots are starting to melt from the acid damage that comes up onto your shins, and you take half of that?
Yeah, so it's lucky these are like brand new sneakers, so they just they don't really take too much off of it. What sort of damage? What sort of damage is it?
Acid.
Okay, cool. Just checking.
Psychic. He's got a psychic stomach.
acid.
So I just said poison.
The
I'm
acid burns
immune
you
to
and
poison,
calls
so
your
I just
mother
wanted to check.
names.
Cast vicious mockery from within its stomach.
Oh, I can't find my character. Oh, there it is.
Your
Say-
mother was a moth.
How much did you say? 26.
26.
Yeah, I've lost my character token. Where is my token? Oh, there he is. Hello.
Here's a little Buttercup.
There you go. Great.
Okay, so that's the start of the turn. Shaking off these arrows, the Tarrasque is going to go and attempt to swallow Quilliam.
Is there anything I can do?
You can hopefully have an armor class above 27.
No, just 15 off.
Oh.
But like,
and I think-
I'm a tough thing to swallow. Like the spines go up. Like it's.
Yeah, I think like with the arrows, he sort of tries to suck through the teeth, and then and like slowly, like a real like gristly bit of meat. What were you gonna say, Aiden?
I was like, he's just a ball of spikes now, so you're swallowing it like a whole conker at the moment.
Oh. As the you slowly you just hear the pricks are going mad. They are not happy with this. They're just you as you slide down. And actually, interestingly, for our sort of viewers' perspective, you've almost found yourself into a different part of the intestinal tract. You are restrained. You are blinded.
Okay.
And you are in a stomach.
That's no problem.
The Tarrasque looks round at Creek and then snarls at Alexander and just makes his opportunity attacks be damned.
All right. Opportunity attack, I'll take that. That's a nat 20. And on top of
This is gonna be big.
that, Sentinel, it can't move.
I don't even think
I
you
would
can legendary
also-
resistance that.
I don't know if I can I?
No,
I don't
it's-
think so.
I mean, it's not a roll. You didn't
No.
fail anything.
No.
Also, I believe I still do get sneak attack because this is a different turn than my own. So, and I'm gonna use.
I don't know if you can sneak attack on a reaction.
Let me
You
post sneak
can-
attack and y'all can see.
Once
Once
per
per turn. So this is a different turn than my own. It doesn't matter if it's my turn. It's just once per turn.
It doesn't say once per round. It just says once per turn.
Also, you don't need advantage on the attack roll if the enemy is within 5 feet of it.
Well, are me and
Or
Bubba
another
within 5
target.
feet of the
I
Tarrasque?
think you guys
I
are within
also
5
still do-
feet.
I also still do have advantage from
true.
foresight.
From foresight.
So let me check my superiority, my maneuvers. I've got them noted down somewhere. Maneuvers.
Waiting for this killer blow, man. What round are we on? Was it round 3? Yeah, we're still on target. That's fine.
Oh.
I'm going to make it a distracting attack so that the next
I
attack
love you
against
so
it has advantage.
So
Yep.
what? Sorry.
I'm going to make it a distracting strike. When I hit, I can expend a superiority die, add the damage to the roll. The next attack roll against the creature by an attacker other than you has advantage if the attack is made before the start of my next turn.
Nice.
So that's sneak attack and superiority die for
That's a lot of damage.
22 plus 39, 61. 61 plus 15, that's 78. 61 plus 15, 76.
76.
As
Wow.
sort of like Creek like reels back and like pins through like a toe and like sort of pins it to the ground.
And I want you to describe that in a little bit more detail as you tell me how you take this Tarrasque down.
I do? Okay, so like
No way!
I think like Creek just sort of impulsively like goes for the leg and like sweeps his like rapier through, and it sort of like falls off, and I would like to say he sort of like conveniently goes back to like a default pose, and like the rapier sort of like sticks up as it falls down, if that makes sense.
Face
He's sort of
first.
like every single time he's attacked, he's sort of been very mechanical, like slash at it, return to a basic pose, slash at it again. So he's just sort of like default pose, probably arms out like a scarecrow.
I love that. I love that. The
We all know them. We know them.
More
That's
people are
great.
saying it now than at the start.
Yeah, everyone's like, we all know them. We all know them. as the Tarrasque crashes down to the ground and the crowd goes absolutely wild. Everyone looks around for your fallen foes, for those who have been swallowed, and you can hear within like a and that kind of gets a little bit tuned out as you look up at the Queen of Many Colors. And you look up for the approval in the hope that you guys will all be sent home. And then just as you look up in that moment, you hear a go, 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 go. Go, 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 go.
Is it chicken?
It's
Turkeys
regenerated.
attacking.
You look down at the fallen Tarrasque, and a claw bursts out from the flesh. Another claw bursts out from the flesh. It rips open this, quite frankly, really impressive Tarrasque outfit, as out comes the true form, not the Tarrasque, but the Turkey Rask.
That's it. I'm gone.
I think like the
everybody.
widest,
That was
like
fun.
the widest smile just forms on Creek's face as it is now a bear's. In the zone.
Yeah. I was so happy when you said that at the start. I also want to say, before we carry on, thank you very much, Alex Bell. I saw you were in the chat before. I don't know if you're in there now. You sent this to me a few months ago, and I was like, this is terrifying. This has to happen. Thank you very much. I want to say thank you, DM Dave, for creating the Turkey Rask. And I also want to say thank you, Mr. Joe Thorpe, for keeping the secret and
Mate,
keeping it safe.
But you sent it to me months ago, and I didn't even read it. I didn't even think it was going to happen.
Thank you, Joe, for being such a good sport.
Is this turkey gonna lay an egg and a hedgehog and a butterfly are gonna come out?
Yeah, I mean,
But they're going to be like turkey assimilated, like the Zerg.
Resistance is futile.
Oh my god.
We are the Turk.
Turkey's different.
Okay, so the Turkey Rask cannot move because of Sentinel,
yep.
but it can still attack you, yes?
Yep, all attacks at disadvantage because of foresight.
All right. So we're going to go full
How does
round
the
of attack.
Turkey Rask look? Like, does he
So-
look like fresh for the fight? Like he just ripped out of a flesh suit and he's fine?
Are we still in there?
Yeah, are they still in there?
Yeah, so the Turkey Rask looks resplendent.
God damn it.
I really want to turn into a giant duck, so it will be a turducken.
A Trask Duckin.
A Trask duckin.
I tell you what, like there is a weird resemblance, and you all sort of cast your mind back and immediately roll nat 20s on your history check, and you're like, oh no, we didn't save the turkeys from Farthing Wood. We ran. We were supposed to be the defenders, and we didn't run at the speed of the slowest person. We ran fast. And now the turkey is taking their revenge.
It's babe.
Now it's payback time.
It just wants a nice jumper. I'll make it a sweater.
All right, let's go. So let's go one with a bite with disadvantage. 24.
Barely just hits.
Oh. Okay, so
I would like to
For 30.
uncanny dodge though. Wait, no, I've used my reaction, so I can't.
okay, so take 37, and you're grappled and restrained.
Yep, and then 74 versus 30 minus 35. That's a number that I can't think of.
So something that I discovered with this, if
39.
you
That's it.
in your little green bubble that sits above your token, if you just put minus and the number of hit points, it does the maths for you.
Ah, that's great.
Yeah, I've also done it where I've put the number of hit points and then reduced my character to 2 hit points. So always good to keep a track just in case. So that is the bite, and now we've got 4 back claw talon attacks. Oh, that's a double crit. I can roll them as well.
I mean, like, is it in my...
They're not coming up on the chat, so you're aware.
Silvery bar.
Oh, I'm really sorry.
The DM.
That I will. So yeah, they. So the first one was 34-24 for 37 piercing damage, and then the second one was a double crit. Silvery barbs.
Can I use my reaction to cast silvery barbs? Actually, let me read it. I want to make sure if I can, like, can I see?
Yeah, do you have to be able to see the target?
Yeah, like, I don't know. I've never used the
spell.
spell, and I absolutely hate this spell, but it's too good not to take.
Wait, no, crits at disadvantage?
It's a double crit. It was double 39s.
Oh, right. Never mind. Right.
That I can see. A creature that I can see. Well, I can't see it. I'm in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
You're blinded. You're considered blind. You ain't seen nothing.
I can't see nothing.
Okay,
Stupid silvery
what's
barbs.
the damage?
Stupid.
The damage.
Terrible
Can you see that?
Yep.
46?
46. Minus 46. Yep.
Number 2. No, number 2. 38.
30 still hits.
Oh, 30 still hits. Yes, you are correct. For 31 slashing damage.
31. Yep.
Number 3.
Yep.
25.
Just hits.
A 26.
It's 26. Yep.
And then 34.
34 will hit.
31.
I'm on 5 HP.
Oh!
So you're still up.
Please.
Brutal.
All that sentinel
The
action.
Scarecrow lives for now.
The Scarecrow lives for now. That is...
You're being held together by nothing but oil.
Yep.
That is the end of the Turkey Rask's turn. As Creek, you get a chance to respond.
Okay, I would like to make an acrobatics check to get out of its mouth.
Go for it.
That's a 29.
Yep, you are out. But then you stay held on.
I mean, could I drop to the floor? That'd be fine.
Yeah, you're 50 feet.
Would I make another dex save like I've done before, or?
Go on then.
Okay, right. At advantage.
Can you take it?
15. Don't do this to me.
Well, Quinn, you have been an excellent rules lawyer for the entirety of this game. What would you do in this situation?
I mean, it depends. Did it grapple me and lift me up, or did it just grapple me on the ground?
Yeah, I'm imagining it's like pulled you up to like try to swallow you. And that was not described to you, in fairness.
Yeah.
So if you want to retcon this, you can.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind if that's okay with you.
I wouldn't mind not going unconscious. Yes.
Yeah. That's fair. So we'll say you've broken the grapple, but you're sort of like holding onto the beak.
Then I would like to sort of like just climb down in this circumstance. So that's 20 feet. So like I like to imagine that Creek sort of like crawls down underneath out of sight, and I would like to make a hide as a bonus action and sort of like hide underneath it.
Yes. So good.
Sort of like nestle myself in some of the feathers and sort of like make myself difficult to tell where I am.
Nice.
That will be a check at advantage. 30 on my stealth.
Okay.
And yeah, Creek is just gonna be like, well, fuck, and hide.
So you're holding on to the...
Yeah, I'd like to say that I moved for like 30 feet down away from the grapple and then just sort of hid on it. Sort of like grabbing onto some of the big feathers and like finding a nice little like place to nestle. And that will be my turn, lest I die.
Okay. So, what are we going to do here? So the Turkey Rask is going to use 2 of its mythic actions to use its Feathers of War. As you crawl down and you nestle in to the as you nestle into the feathers, you suddenly like feel them harden. You like feel them like almost become sharp, like barbs. You don't take any damage, but you get the impression that the Turkey has gone into a Turkey Rask has gone into a severe defensive mode right now. Let's put them in there. Now I have a question.
Does it look like armor, or does it look like sort of? It looks like armor.
Yeah, it looks like spiked armor. Like all the feathers have suddenly become like sharp like armor. Yeah, it's everything sort of like closed in like a carapace. I will ask, because I don't know this, and I won't act on this because I'm asking for help. Blind sight. Would I still be able to see you?
Blind sight is just being able to see creatures out to a certain distance, so yeah, you'd probably still be able to see me nestling away.
It would nullify your stealth check.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
But it might be that you would say, yeah, because you could. It's all based on tremors and sound, isn't it? But that's tremor sense. That's different, isn't it?
Yeah, it's tremor sense.
Yeah.
Let's just look up blind sight real quick.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
To the PHP.
I tell you what, whilst we're doing that, Quilliam.
Okay.
You are in a belly. And you don't know what's happened outside either. Like, you've been swallowed, then you've like felt movement, and then you felt like a sudden drop, and then like everything sort of.
So here's the thing. So I'm restrained up like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Quilliam will just go, I cannot see anything, but I need to get out of here, and he shall just tap himself on the head and cast freedom of movement on himself.
There you go.
And I touch a willing creature, and for 1 hour, difficult terrain, spells, and other magic and effects can neither reduce the target's speed nor cause the target to be paralyzed or restrained.
I don't know how this is going to work now. Okay.
I know, but okay. Well, maybe what else I'm going to do might help with that, because I'm going to do that, and then as he just suddenly gets a little bit free, we'll down that whiskey that he was given. And DM, I leave it in your hands as to what happens next.
Okay. Now I will say that in the dragon vessel, you can fill the ascendant vessel with whiskey, a supreme potion of healing, or a potion of dragon's majesty.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was.
Are you picking whiskey?
No, I thought it was. I thought I made it whiskey. I chose whiskey to make it become the dragon thing. Or did I misread that?
No,
okay.
So you can...
I did just. Well, if I'm going to die, I'm going to have a tipple for the way back. Bye bye. I obviously meant it to become the dragon thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gave himself a nightcap.
Aiden, roll a d10.
Oh, okay. What an odd one to choose. Get out of my way, turn order. D10. Well, that's good. That's a 1.
Okay.
Also, depending on brain not working, depending on who you ask, a creature with blind sight can just sort of see everything within that certain distance, or a creature with blind sight, when blinded, can see within that distance, if that makes sense. So it depends on your intent of, can it just see because it's different to true sight, or if it's just when it's blinded, it can see out to a certain distance.
Okay, cool. I will say you're hidden, and while you're there, you see something quite spectacular. You see a rupturing in the Turkey Rask as as out from the top of it comes not only Buttercup, who lands 10 feet away.
Oh, gold, by the way, is what I choose. If I'm... Oh, no, sorry. I think... No, DM's choice. That I now realise that's what the D10 was.
Hell yeah. You also see your friend Quilliam, but as they appear out, they are starting to change shape as they start to take the form of an adult blue dragon.
Hell yeah.
Bitches.
Yes.
Now, let me double check. As I recall this potion, just so that we're clear. So you cannot change shape, legendary, or lair actions.
No, I cannot. You just get the stat block up.
Yeah, I'm making it available for you on here.
Okay.
So you'll have control over this in 2 seconds. Because I'm so glad this happened.
Oh, so good.
You offered me the gun. You're basically, here, you can have this gun.
Yeah.
Shoot me with it.
Yes.
Yeah, yes, I did, and this was why I was like, do you know what? I know what I'm throwing at you, so I'm going to give you a load of things, all of the things.
And the blue dragon goes, "Oh, I wish I had some whiskey. Oh well."
This'll do.
It is.
The turkey rask sees this giant foe, and what are we going to do? As a legendary, as a mythic action at the end of this turn. I presume that's the end of your turn, Quilliam.
Well, I have a bonus action left. Like I use this thing still has. So I'm an adult blue dragon with freedom of movement on me, but I don't really know bonus actions or anything like that. Can I use its Fightful Presence? Each creature that the dragon chooses that's within 120 feet must save a DC 17 Wisdom saving throw or become frightened.
Let me just check something, because rather than rules lawyer it, I will give you for free that the turkey rask is immune to being frightened.
Cool.
So rather than us go back and forth.
Yeah, just turning into a blue dragon. Yeah, I'm okay with that being my turn.
All right, nice. And yeah, the turkey rask is going to use its final mythic action of this turn to go into a frenzy and make 2 claw attacks on the new foe.
Can I ask, what does it sound like when this turkey rask goes into a frenzy?
Oh, you heard it before. It sounds like...
Excellent.
Does
Come at me.
33 and a 30 hit?
Yeah, of course they do. But I'm beefy.
For 33 and 25, so
Yeah, I'll take
58.
Ow. That tickles.
Buttercup, you are free,
Right.
and you are out. You are prone, but
All right, cool.
monks don't have a lot of movement.
So I think I have to get up. So it means I've still got 25 left. So I can get to here. Would that give me some advantage?
Creek is on, but is on the turkey rask.
Can I move that around then?
Yeah. Please feel free to retcon, because I don't think you would see them. They've rolled 30 on their stealth check, and you were in a belly.
What about the big dragon? Can I get advantage from the dragon?
Yeah, how does that work? Because they're not. I guess, is the dragon in range? Does the dragon have range?
Well, I don't know. Where did it deposit me?
So flanking generally works if you're within 5 feet of a creature, and then it's even with like larger creatures, you'd need to draw a straight line between the two. So like if you'd go from one square to the other, and straight line.
I'm just wondering about
You
the
wouldn't be
reach.
flanking.
That's all Quinn. We're just trying to figure out
Because if the dragon's
reach on
got
it.
if the blue dragon has reach,
still
It
5
still
feet.
is within 5 feet of the creature.
Alright, cool. So going with
Thank you,
reckless
Quinn.
Just go reckless.
Yeah. Go on.
Let's go.
I'll go with all 4. Go for it. Right, first one misses. Second one. Oh my words! This champion of the world is terrible.
She's a champion in her mind.
27. That one I'm guessing hits.
Yes, it does.
Great. And 27. So I'll take.
Okay, what I'm gonna do, just for fairsies, roll the damage. So is that the first set of damage? Yeah.
Yeah.
27. Sorry, bear with.
That's right.
So when you hit the dragon for the first time, as you hit these feathers, the feathers like bite back. The feathers like dig into your knuckles, straight through the boxing gloves and into the knuckles, and you take 19 points of damage.
So 10.
Yep.
Yeah, great.
I just want to give you that option to whether you want to go again.
Yeah, sure, I definitely will. Can I have a stunning? Can I get a con save for a stunning strike?
27.
Okay, I'll come in for the damage for the last one, and I'll do another stunning strike on this as well. So that's another 27 on top, and I'll take another set of hits. Do you want me to take another 10?
Let me see what this does.
Okay.
There you go.
So I'll take another 12.
7.
Great. And then can you do a... Oh, yes, I need a con save for the stunning strike.
Yeah. Hold, please. 27.
And can I get a... Go for maybe a dex save, I think, maybe.
Okay. When you hit it that last time, you notice the feathers fade away, the hardness around the feathers soften, and they're back to feathers.
Okay, great. Then yeah, can I do a dex save as well then, please? So I'm going to see if I can make it go prone.
What are you looking for? What
19.
number?
19.
Oh, meets it beats.
Oh wow, I was getting there slowly. All right, but it's taking some damage out.
It has taken some damage out.
Feeling pretty good. He's looking good. He's happy. Yeah, all good.
Very nice. All right, top of the round. Alexander, come at me, bruh.
If you could get another 4 crits, that'd be lovely.
This is going to get a little bit weird. This might be a TPK first. So in the next 10 minutes, I actually have to go to a haircut. That's about an hour away. So I installed Skype on my phone, and I might have to put you guys on while I'm in the car and mute myself. Just FYI.
That sounds incredibly dangerous.
I mean, it's fine. I'll just have you guys coming through my car stereo.
We're going on a road
Just
trip.
like I'm listening to music.
We're going on a road trip, guys. TPK.
Hey, we're taking the
So this will be my last turn here, unless I drop this thing. So yeah, let's go.
I thought you had another hour, Zach. I'm sorry.
No, you're totally fine. This is great, by the way. But yeah, Dan, you might have to pull up my character sheet and shoot arrows for me.
Cool.
Okay, so I have 600 range on the Oath Bow, which means, do I have to do anything special to get over this river?
How wide is it?
Jump.
I'm a jump.
Yeah. You think that, and you suddenly hear jump or die, jump or die, jump or die, jump or die.
Yeah, I'm thinking about putting some more distance between me and this thing since it hasn't closed the distance. So I'm going to go 30 feet this way.
Is there jump rules? Does he need to do anything, peoples?
Athletics?
So long as you have a
Athletics.
running start, I believe you can jump a distance equal to your strength score.
Which is 0.
No, strength score is or
So
strength.
10.
So 10.
10.
You can jump 10 feet from a running leap,
Okay.
and if you have features that increase your jump distance, then you can apply those.
So if you go in a straight horizontal line, I think that'll give you a running start. Straight horizontal line east.
1. Okay, so then I'll go from here. I'll just do running start for 5 feet, and then boom. So 30 puts me there.
Yeah, nice.
Okay. Bam. And, fourth verse, same as the first. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4. And let's see.
Ooh.
Let's roll the extra 4 d4s. No crits.
No crits, and
So what hits?
the first one hits, just the first one.
Okay. Oh, we had to strike out sometimes.
Oh,
29 damage.
29 damage. God. I was like, well, okay, here we go again. Oh shit.
I am a glass cannon. Except, well, I guess I'm not glass. I'm like a copper cannon. I'm bendable.
Copper cannon. All right. How far away are you, Zach? Okay. All right. Is that the end of your turn?
I mean, that's all I can do. My bonus action, let's see. Superiority die, survivor. I'm done with my action surges. Yeah. That's pretty much all I got.
All right. So the Tarrasque is going to use another mythic action. That's the wrong one. I don't need a Tarrasque anymore.
The turkey rask.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you're sort of running away. You jump and you fling these arrows, and there's something about this turkey. It seems to be like growing and gaining, and like the big sort of throat at his throat seems to bulge, which puts you off your form as you're running away. And then as you loose the last arrow, he opens his beak and just belches acid in your direction. Using its acid breath. I'm going to need a dexterity saving throw, please.
No, God.
You're surely good at these.
That's
Okay,
I don't think I was supposed to roll that with advantage, so...
That's okay, just take the first one.
Okay.
That's what we normally do. We roll with advantage as a default, but then if you don't have advantage, you just take the first roll.
Yeah, that's what
Is the first one on the right?
he always does.
The first one is the left one. So
Okay,
17.
17.
So that is a fail. So
all
you're
the
gonna
acid to the face.
take 42 acid damage as just in a straight line, straight carving through over the river, just acid just pours and belches out onto you.
I think it just phlegmed on you.
Well, that's gross. Ow!
Snot.
Just hissing all over him as he tries to like wipe it off.
Yeah.
That's a mite gross.
And it is now the Tarrasque's turn.
I'm going to drop out of the call for just half a second, but I will be back.
Zach, be safe. Good lord.
Please.
No,
This could be a real TPK.
No, this is gonna be a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful trip. We're going to get a haircut.
we're going on a trip.
Yeah, let's go and get a haircut, people.
Hey, he's a rabbit. A haircut.
Hey, ho.
It all comes full circle. Okay, I'll see you guys in a bit.
See it.
All right, so the turkey rask is going to... What is the turkey rask going to do? The turkey rask is going to unload a full amount of attacks on this dragon.
Come to me.
As the freshest daisy. 21, does that hit?
Does it hit? What am I now? Yes, it does hit.
21 hits for 43 piercing damage.
Nothing.
35 hits.
Yes.
26 more.
Yeah.
32.
Yeah. Anything about 20 hits.
Okay, so the 26 more, and then the final one, 24 for another 30 damage.
I'm still up.
Ooh, no.
Just about. But I'm still up. Yes. Use your anger and waste all your attacks on me. It means nothing.
And on the final attack, can I use Sentinel to reaction stab it? When it's clearly used all of its attacks, and since it's attacking another creature within 5 feet, I think.
Yeah, I think you can.
They were all at disadvantage as well, right?
No, so my turn went, so it's no longer that. But yeah, bonus action, I will, reaction, I will stab it from where I am. So rapier, I will 24 to hit.
24 misses.
Ooh.
And yep, and I'm revealed to be underneath the thing.
You just lift it up and go.
Yeah.
Stepped on a nettle.
And the turkey rask sees and feels you. Is going to use another legendary action to use its wing attack. Shrugs off all those bits of Tarrasque and beats its tiny wings and makes another.
I think legendary, is it after its own turn? It can only be after somebody else's turn, legendary actions.
I believe it's only after somebody else's turn.
Oh, yeah, of course. Sorry, it's still my turn. I thought we were on to
I'm
you
alive.
next. You're alive. You are alive.
For now.
Yeah. Very nice. So Creek, it's now your turn.
Okay. I would like to climb down the rest of it. That's 20 feet of my movement. Bonus action, disengage. Run away.
GTFO.
So just to there. And then action, dash. Am I within... Oh, no, I'm not within... Hold on. So, let me rethink it in my head. I'm 20 feet up this thing. I'm climbing down. Let's see. So that's 20 feet, and then I run away 10, and then I got an additional 40 feet. Where could I run to? It seems occupied at the moment, but Creek is gonna beeline it to that fucking hole.
Okay.
That's my full turn, because I'm out of that. I'm out of dodge. I'm on 5 HP.
Oh, 5 HP. I'd heal you, but I'm a dragon. And I don't think my beast spells translate over to being a goddamn dragon.
I love it.
I mean,
okay.
Do you lose all of your druid levels when you become a dragon?
I don't know. Like, I have the beast spells to say I can still cast all my spells when I use my wild shape, but this isn't my wild shape.
Yeah,
I don't know if I can. Can I cast my druid spells? I really don't know if I can.
For the duration, you use the game statistics of the adult dragon instead of your own, but you retain your language's personality and memories, hence the need for whiskey. And then you can't use the shape change or the legendary or the layers.
Don't worry. Looking at my health, I don't think I'm going to be a dragon for very much longer. But I might as well do one thing cool while I'm here. Is it my go, or do you want to do a legendary thingy?
I want to do a legendary thingy, and I am going to... What am I going to do? I'm going to do what I was going to do before, because that's what I said I was going to do. Going to do a wing attack. So I need from the dragon and from Buttercup, I need a strength saving throw.
Oh. So I'm pretty good at these. Oh no, I'm not.
That's a 30 for me.
Oh,
that's only a 17, really? Okay.
Can you not use the sheet, Aiden?
I don't.
I think you
so,
can click the things and use the sheet.
I think that's what it was. Just like I can see everything, but I'm just gonna have to do it. Yeah, I have the adult blue dragon here, and the character sheet. Oh, actually.
Yeah, you can. I think you can click the things. NPC sheets. Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah.
There you go for next time.
Oh well, doesn't matter. 17 anyway.
So yeah, so you are. Let me see. So.
Yeah, back.
So, Aiden. So the monk save the tiny little butterfly, succeeds on the strength saving throw. Where is this advantage coming from, by the way?
It's part of the tattoo.
Okay, perfect.
How does this dragon not have advantage on strength saving throws? I got a strength of 25.
The dragon takes 22 bludgeoning damage and is knocked prone.
Okay. I'm still a dragon.
For shits. And then we're going to try and move. So we're going to move 20.
Ooh,
5,
so
10,
did I get
15,
damaged
20.
by that at all? Do I not take any damage?
No, you did not. You don't take any damage.
Now I have to be able to get
Yeah, me too.
an attack of opportunity from that.
Yes. Yours is with disadvantage for being prone?
Yeah. Oh, yes, maybe.
Yeah,
Mine's
so
disadvantaged as well, I think. Oh no, mine's advantaged.
Either way, I'm gonna try and wallop you. I'm gonna try and take a bite at you.
All right.
Damn it. 14.
Just misses on the way out.
New body. Who dis?
28 damage, and can I get a con save as well for another stunning?
Very nice. Grind it down. Oh, 22. 22. That is so it is now Quilliam's turn.
Okay, I'm up just about, still a dragon. Just about. You've taken over 200 HP off me, but I'm still a dragon.
That's a lot.
So is it half movement to get up from being prone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so up I get, and I'm just going to go over here and stand near my buddy and just take a and fire a bright stream of lightning straight down there, narrowly avoiding Buttercup, and I need a dexterity saving throw, please.
Nice. What am I doing? I am doing that. I'm just bringing up Zach's. Dexterity saving throw. What number are you looking for?
19.
19. Oh, it's a 4. It's going to use its second legendary resistance and choose to succeed that.
That's all right. It still
be a lot.
takes half of 12d10 lightning damage.
Ooh.
Hold on, let me just get this up here. Advanced dice roller. I know I can. 12d10. You take
Very nice.
32 points of lightning damage.
Very nice. Very, very, very nice. I will say that with that with the D10, I've included things. There was things that were going to be easier for the turkey rask, fucking hardcore for the turkey rask, and this was definitely one that sits bang in the middle. So I think balance has been restored, which is nice. Very monk.
Well, I can't really do too much to it, but yeah, I don't think I'm going to be a dragon for too much longer. I have no bonus actions. It's immune to fear. That's my go, I guess.
Let you go.
Jeremy is still standing. Actually, I do have a bonus action.
Oh shit.
It does absolutely nothing, but I can move Jeremy over beside the scarecrow.
Okay.
Because nobody should be alone. Thanks.
I'm back.
Amazing.
Okay.
Oh, Zach's back.
I hear a disembodied.
Zach's back just in time for your go, Zach.
Oh,
You know
can
what
I
to
get
do?
us my
Remove
go?
me
My go.
And
Oh, yeah, sorry, Buttercup, it's your go.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh, no.
Firstly, GP Daz, thank you, my love, and we'll see you later. But thank you for modding this wonderful channel. Really appreciate it, and I hope you get some sleep. So I'm going to. It's 55 feet up, so I'm going to fly up, sort of like just sort of above its head here, and just sort of I'm going to kind of go up here above its head, and then I'm going to go in for some big old attacks. I think go with some recklessness. And see what happens.
All right.
So 20 doesn't hit.
20 does not hit.
27.
27 hits.
Right. That is for 29, 32.
Stun it. Stun it.
Nice.
Yeah. Do a stun on that. Oh my god, I've just got so, like hardly any keys left. Stun it. So let's get another con.
Burn those
24.
legendary resistors.
Sorry.
We'll go for another one. 26.
Oh, 26 hits.
Okay, for another 29. And go for another stun.
Tenderize that turkey.
Oh, 13. 13. Final legendary resistance burned.
It's gone.
Yes.
Okay.
Final one.
Okay, we'll go
Final
for two more then. Oh, one more. 30. Got a hit.
Yeah. Another key point used.
And yeah, we'll go for another stunning strike and another 28 hit points.
Here we go. Here we go. 17.
Oh shit!
It's stunned.
I stunned. Stunned her turkey. Tarrasque turkey.
So good. I think I've sort of like cracked at the top of the head. You know, the kind of sort of like the birds around their head is sort of like twisting around as it's sort of like stunned. Almost in that kind of cartoonish look. Anyone play
Is it just
Cuphead?
miniature
It's like
versions of itself running
exactly.
over its head?
Yeah, and it took 28 damage at the same time.
Amazing.
And that is my go. So I'm going to move myself. I'm not on the Tarrasque. I'm just sort of right above its head, trying to like avoid its. I'm trying to avoid its mouth. Is the idea?
Ooh, that's big. That's real big. Okay, so that's the end of your turn. All right, so then we go to Alexander. Alexander, are you there?
Are you with us?
Alexander, are you with us?
If you are, you missed something.
Let's all join hands.
Yay!
Yeah.
The whole time I just mute myself, I've been running around my house. Move me 30 feet further away.
It's okay, it's stunned.
I would still move away.
Hop along.
And I can think from 600 feet, so that's fine.
Yeah. They can go from anywhere.
And then, Dan, on my character sheet, there's two oath bows. The one that says scarf in parentheses is the one you want to use. That's the one that's with sharp.
And you get 4, right?
4 of them.
4. Okay, here we go.
Fingers crossed.
1. 2 is a crit.
Oh,
3 is a crit.
freeze.
4 is a crit.
And roll another d20 for the first one.
I rolled it.
Come on, do it again. Put a lightning strike twice.
4 crits. 4 crits in a row again.
4 crits in a row again, Zach.
This is unbelievable.
This is such a silly game.
I just need a down.
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna start making shots of taking shots of limoncello.
Yeah.
That's
Look at
so
that
much damage.
And the fact that he's making him roll his own damage against his own creature, that's such a flex.
Yeah.
Oh, so many points. So many points. It's
There
just
we go. Limoncello down.
jump or die from the crowd.
How much damage have we got?
This giant turkey looks more like a porcupine than I do now.
Yeah.
20, 30, 60.
That's 178.
Oh my god, did that do more than the last one?
I think you're 180 in the last one, right?
183 was the last one. This is 170 something.
178.
Barely anything. Hardly
Yeah.
worth doing.
Wow.
Absolutely amazing.
Like, we're gonna fight. But I was like, I'm ready.
And he was like, can I, my oath bow, it's going to be really like hardcore. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's not even a legendary weapon. It's just very rare.
My favorite part about it went 18 crit, 19 crit, 20 crit, and then just straight roll 20 again. It worked. Each shot got better and better and better.
Amazing.
+4 shield. Hey guys.
Oh, and the Tarrasque is stunned for this round.
Mm-hmm.
So we move on to Creek.
Come back!
No, thank you. It may be a bird, but I'm almost dead. And a scene which would be graphic to any of a scarecrow, where there's straw almost leaking out, it's rips everywhere. But to just everyone else, it's a scarecrow that's a bit ripped up. Creek, just a quick question: did all of our weapons get +1, or did just one weapon get +1?
All of them.
All of them.
That's what I said.
Okay. So by no means as talented an archer as our archer friend, Creek pulls out a short bow.
I swear to God, if this kills it.
I'm going to be so happy.
And sort of move over to this hole so that it's more clean shot, and I will attack it twice. So 1 shot, 2 shot. Unfortunately, I didn't call sneak attack, so I'm not going to do sneak attack for that one. I get sneak attack on the first one though.
Okay, and are you in range for a short bow?
Yeah, 100. I believe the short bow is 100 feet. Yeah, 50 feet. I'm within any bow range. So the first one gets my sneak attack, unfortunately. So.
So May 20s. I feel like DM Philly is calling through us on his
ignore
birthday.
sneak attack there. That's
DM
just
Philly would be losing
8 points of damage.
8 points of damage for the first one.
Wait, no. Do you have sneak attack on the first one? That is 26 points of damage. And then on the second one, I'm gonna make it a goading attack. So I need a wisdom saving throw from you.
See how wise you are, turkey.
Can it do anything about a wisdom saving throw when it's stunned?
It only fails. It automatically fails strength and dex, but it doesn't fail any mental. So wisdom save.
3.
It has disadvantage on all attacks on creatures except for me, and then I get to add a d8 to the roll.
Nice.
Oh, whoops, wrong button. So that is 19 points of damage. And then with a bonus action dash, Creek is just gonna slide down and sort of start climbing down out of immediate breath weapon range, or
such a rogue.
Down.
Such a rogue. Oh, I love that there's a little river in there. Wow, that's deep.
Yeah, a tiny bit. But yeah, Creek moves down 15 feet into the hole. So yeah.
Amazing. Very good. Quilliam, it is your turn.
Quilliam will just, as casually as you have ever seen a dragon, just a little, and just kind of land in front of this turned grass and just and will unload 3 attacks into it, I guess, because I'm still a dragon. What else am I going to do?
Advantage?
Yeah, all with advantage because it's stunned, right? So the first, I can make 3 attacks. 1 with a bite, so bite attack. Oh, I don't think 24 is going to do it, will
That's
it?
a miss.
Okay, and 2 claw attacks. 24 and 16. This dragon sucks.
Oh.
But it's okay, I soaked up a shit ton of damage.
Yeah, man. It's that what's it called? The casualness of it. You come in and then you end up like absolutely like slipping on a banana skin and not.
He's slightly distracted by the buttercup just floating around his head. He's trying to avoid biting Buttercup as he goes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's my go.
That's your turn.
Yeah.
Buttercup.
Finish it off, Buttercup.
All right, I'm going to swing. I mean, I still get advantage from where I am, so I'm going to go from where I am and go in for some more attacks, I think. 24 does not hit.
That's a miss.
23 does not hit. Oh, here
That's a
comes
miss.
This is the time for like the curses, isn't it? Really.
This thing is more nimble when it's stunned.
My word. This is insane. Oh,
Can you use
my
another
God.
key point? Oh, that's another key point spent.
Nothing.
Nothing.
hits.
You're both just going, ah!
But it's now no longer stunned, I think.
It's now.
Quilliam will look back over. She'll go, ranged! Where are the ranged attacks? That
Oh, hang
seems to
on.
work.
No, hang on. Okay. Yes. Alrighty. So I'm going to add some key points onto these attacks. Key
Key
empowered.
points do you have?
Key points. I've got like 9 left. Focused aim. So I can spend 1 to 3 key points to increase the roll by 2 for each key point you spend, potentially turning a miss into a hit.
Okay.
So-
You do that as many times as you like.
It just doesn't say anything.
Sweet.
When you miss.
Let's go for it.
So the first one, I'm going to go up by. We use 1 key point to get it up to 24.
Yeah, very good.
And I'm going to use the 23 again. 1 more key point, and it's up to 20 to 25.
So 2 more key points.
Yep. Then I missed the second one. The last one, if I do 2 more key points, that makes the last one a hit as well, because that would be.
And you need to get to 25.
All right, so 1 more, so that'd be 26. It's 2 points of dice. It's two bonuses for each point of key points.
Oh, I see. I
Up
see.
to 3, so 6. I've added essentially 6 onto that one.
Yeah, you need to hit 25. That's what you need to hit. So whatever
Alright,
that works for you in key points.
These ones now hit. That one, this one, and this one. Okay, that's my tattoo done as well. Okay,
Oh, wow.
so that is 20, 30. I've got too many numbers.
Hang on. 31, 40, 48, 59, 69, 73.
73, and yeah, it's a stunning strike. Let's go for a con.
29.
Another one.
Oh.
I have another con for the second hit.
Oh, he's still going. 16.
And it's stunned again.
We're good.
This is where it begins. This is what you get putting one enemy against a monk.
All right, yeah, that's me. That's me done.
It's just butterflies like that.
Yeah, it's like the scene of Raging Bull, just like battered.
I can just say, okay, now I'm ready to...
Yeah, literally just amazing. So, stunned. That's the end of the turn. Alexander, what are we doing?
I
4
can
sharpshooter
probably get
attacks.
hits.
Yeah,
Mom.
Just
Do the
try
thing.
another load.
do the thing.
Oh,
Oof.
Oh, misses.
Oh, no.
Oh,
you get free
Get one.
d20 for those first 3 though.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Elven
Let me just see what they were. Oh yeah, they were low. Okay. So bump, bump,
Oh.
bump. Oh, that's a crit.
The last one's a crit.
crit. Yep.
Okay.
And
So
I'm pretty sure the second one hits as well.
Yeah.
because of the pluses. Hang on.
Yeah, it's because it's a +9. I think he
It's a
has.
+9.
on the bow.
So
16 plus
Zach-
9 is 25.
So Zach, originally you rolled an 18, a 16, 17, and a 25. We re-rolled the first 3. All right, in terms of like with bonuses. And then we re-rolled, and you got a 3, a 16, and an 18, which is the crit.
Oh shit.
Also, roll another d20 for the final one to see if that's a crit.
Oh yeah.
Good point. Hunt them. Oh no. Okay.
Just the one. Okay, so 2 normal hits.
This thing must be nearly down.
That'll be
21, 26, and then this will be the crit. So that's that's a lot of things to think about. 6, 9, 11, so 22, 32, 37, 38. That last one's 38, I think. Check that.
we'll just roll it again if you want. We add it out. Add it all up together.
Oh yeah. But it'll add the mods again, won't it?
Just take away 15.
I know. I think
sweet.
Dan's got it. I think Dan's was about either way, isn't it?
38.
38. So that's 38, 58, 78.
Jesus, so much maths. I need to stop closing my calculator.
79. 85.
Let me have a look. 38 plus
48 plus 27.
Maths.
Okay,
Hang on,
okay, I can't do that.
38. It's
Joe,
8,
are you
38 plus.
lying on it or are you on it?
So I'm sort of like above it. Sort of
Okay, so you're not on it.
I'm not on it. No.
86.
Okay, good to know.
You can hit me if you like, mate. Go for it.
No, I just want to make sure that you're. Never mind.
The turkey Rask is looking absolutely destroyed and just sort of looks up at all of you, unable to move. And you see that
Oh,
brief
please.
moment of that.
I have a thing I want to do so bad.
You see that brief moment of that like turkey that got crushed underneath the bulldozer just before you ended up being transported here. And remember your goal: save the Farthing Wood. Creek, it is your turn.
Okay. This is my mortal enemy in front of me. It's a bird.
Take it out.
Big ass bird. Creek's gonna attack it twice. So the first one, a 31 to hit, and I'm gonna sneak attack on the second one to see. That's sneaky. But
Okay.
since sneak attack automatically goes through, I don't really lose it. It's just that if it hit, I would do that one. Does that make sense? I don't lose it. And I'm gonna make a goading attack to add a superiority die to it.
Uh-huh.
And I will 38 damage.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is the dragon giving me cover?
Well, Creek could move back up, and then bonus action dash, and not lose anything.
Okay.
Sort of move down 30 feet to over here.
Amazing. This was just an educational moment before you tell me how you kill this thing again.
So it's my mortal enemy. I see it. I like to imagine I'm looking it dead in the eye as it's looking at our archer. And it's going to be like, pull back for a second, fire it through its big, stupid eyes. Through both of them. Through both its big, stupid, birdie eyes. This fucking thing out.
Dead eyes. Like a doll's eyes.
It's so poetic as...
And I think he says, I know me too! Just to the crowd.
Oh, amazing. Like, you look around, all the Christmas jumpers have been replaced by like these these scarecrow outfits. Like, everyone is going absolutely nuts for Creek. There's a huge cheer of I know them too, I know them too, I know them too. And all the noise is gone. And the braying, the screaming, the cheering. There's just, I'm sorry to say, Creek, but the occasional twitter of birds. Because it's the fresh dawn on Farthing Wood. Yeah, you're all there like...
I'm still a dragon.
Yeah.
It's a dragon in the middle of Farthing Wood.
I think like Creek doesn't turn off. Like it's sort of like no difference. Starts trying to snipe the birds out of the sky.
Roll an attack for me. Why not?
Sure, I'll roll an attack. I still have a 23 to hit.
23. Okay, so you're all there. Quilliam, like, almost stood in a dragon pose, but no dragon stands there. You're all there looking absolutely ruined. And Creek just instinctively hears a bird and fires over a blind hill. And we just see the arrow fly as the foreman is stood there giving the meeting for the demolishment of Farthing Wood. And they turn around to point out the area that the wrecking ball is going to hit first, and then stops and reaches at their neck, looks down, and as blood starts to like dribble out of their mouth, they fall, they roll, and all of the builders absolutely freak out and run away, leaving their terrible mechanical beasts. One of the apprentices is stood there with a Colin the Caterpillar cake.
Oh God.
With like the icing on the thing of like happy retirement foreman. Looks up, sees the dead foreman, drops the cake and runs. Farthing Wood is very much safe as we fade to black. Well done. Well done. That was incredible. Yeah.
2 and 2.
2 and 2. Yes. The players are bringing it back. I'm here for it. And also, what round was that?
I think it was about the 6th or 7th.
I think
because didn't your Blood Fury
that-
tattoo run out in round 6?
Yeah.
So that was 7.
Oh, dude, Joe's a fucking wizard.
Mate.
No fucking divination wizard in real life. You crazy bastard.
See, arrogance
I would love
and
if you're getting your
confidence.
haircut during that.
Yeah.
His poor barber. Oh shit, he's a wizard.
Oh God.
That was amazing. That was intense. That could have gone so many different ways at so many times. Like, there was a point where I was like, "Oh, I'm actually going to do less things because I think this is going to turn into a massacre." When the mythic actions started coming out, and then fucking Johnny 4 crits turned up, and then the double stun kid came up, and yeah.
And the scarecrow. The scarecrow.
And yeah, the scarecrow with the sneak attack each time, and the fucking blue dragon.
A very slippery, oily scarecrow.
Yeah.
It's not. Hey, you laughed. That foresight came in. It came in
Yeah,
clutch a couple of times.
I saved my skin multiple times, so
Mhm. So good.
And let's not forget about Jeremy. Lasted the entire campaign.
Amazing. Little
yes.
Jeremy the polar bear. You look around and Jeremy the polar bear isn't there. Like, you get the impression that maybe they were kept.
Oh yeah,
Just
yes, they're there, giving temporary hit points to anybody who walks into that arena from now on. We've already got a petrified player in there, so let's have a little Jeremy kind of rocking around. This is a great idea.
It's just building the lore up as we go. Can I just double check, because I've just seen Stu in the chat said 4 with the crits. That happened twice.
yeah.
And didn't he also do 3 crits the first round as well?
Yeah,
Right.
This
On
is
an
the thing,
action
though.
surge.
But when you've got 17, 18, 19, and 20, you can roll.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is it 7?
So-
I thought it was just 18.
It was 18 to 20.
18 to 20. So that's 3. So that is.
You have 3 shots to do it.
3 shots to do, even if it's just
Right.
on one roll.
My
You're
friend
lucky.
who helped me with the third D20 and why I switched out the elvish accuracy, like right before we started, when I found out I was getting the oath bow, he said it works out to like you hit 70% of the time, and then like 80% of those are crits.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So it's not nice, everybody. Take a good look at the last time you see the oath bow in a TPK arena.
Also, for context, in 2 rounds, you dealt 361 damage purely from crits.
Wow. Wow. That's
Well, at one
wonderful.
point, a champion boxing buttercup and a blue dragon couldn't hit shit on a stone
hit
giant turkey.
But
I loved it.
I think I can say as well as everybody else in this who are playing and everybody in the chat, Dan, you're an absolute legend, and thank you so much for running the Tarrasque.
True
It's so
madman,
good.
but a legend.
Yeah, that was it. Like I was, thank you. But that was it. I was like, I've got 1,200 hit points to play with. Let's just give you all mad shit and see what happens. And I might ruin the action economy, and I might, and it might mean that it's done. It's done very quickly, or I might have got it completely wrong, and I've still managed to ruin you in 4 rounds with this ridiculous monster. But I was like, let's just do a big old chaotic level 20, throw everything at the wall and see what sticks. Like for the return of it. And I see we've still got, we had Alex Bell in the chat up until very recently. Thank you very much for sending us this this monster, this epic monster. Yeah, chaos is fun, Stuart. I like it. Thank you to all of you lot for playing. Thank you, Quinn, for joining us for the first time. I love all of the wealth of information that you give. It's so good, and I really want to play. It's such a joy
to play with.
Yeah,
there was
I love
so
it.
much love for you, Quinn, in the chat.
Yeah,
so much love for you.
I would love to join again if there's ever another
You're
one.
always welcome.
So
come and DM one,
just
Quinn.
Message me and all of that.
Come and DM one. And also, if we've had a few additional options with monsters and things like this. With the addition of Fizzban, we came up against an Emerald Dragon off stream the other day. That was quite
scary.
literally a mind fuck. But if people have got other ideas for crazy monsters that we can throw at a couple of players at another TPK, let's do it. Let's find some homebrew things.
We might have one coming very, very soon from a certain person who's not sat at this table, is actually getting a haircut right now. So hopefully we'll be able to release some news about Zach popping onto this wonderful TPK and coming with something truly mental.
More mental than a giant turkey Tarrasque. Wow.
Yes, more mental than a turkey Tarrasque.
I mean, I know a few creatures from older D&D editions which could easily be adapted. So I definitely wouldn't mind DMing one.
Let's do it. Yeah. Let's get talking after we've done this. I cannot believe that we managed to. This is how amazing you all did. Is that when I did Baba Yaga, I had about 600 hit points, and it went on into about sort of gone midnight. It was crazy. Joe wasn't even playing with that one. I was nearly passed out running the stream, and you lot have managed to do 1,276 hit points and still bring it down by 10:30. That's impressive. That's very, very impressive. Thank you to everyone who is still sticking around. If you enjoyed this, please do consider giving us a little follow. If you're watching on YouTube, give us a like and subscribe. Let us know what you think in the comments. We will be back on Tuesday. This time next week we'll be back on Tuesday for Waterdeep Morat's Cinder Wastes. Can we see any of the rest of you doing any other of your wonderful things? Aidan, what are you playing at the moment?
Well, always pop on to, if you liked Quilliam, you can always pop onto DM Philly's stream and watch his see a level 4 version of him in the Humble Yore, which is one of DM Philly's games. Always check out post show recaps. There's an incredible D&D community going on over there. We've even beginning to poach one or two of your guys. We had Stuart coming in who's signed up. So yeah, we get up to all sorts of shenanigans going on over there. So that's what I'm up to in the D&D world.
Amazing. Quinn, can we see you anywhere on stream or IRL?
Well, IRL, I'm running the game on Thursdays with Joe and a few other people and some friends from uni. But when it comes to streaming, I'm hopeless with computers, so I definitely won't be starting anything soon. Though if anyone has a game that they would like me to be a part of, just send me a message my way. I'm always open to new opportunities, and you never know. Now that I've finally made the damn account, I might start streaming. Maybe that be just video games or D&D. Either way.
Mate, I'm going to talk to you on Thursday. I think.
I feel like we haven't seen the last of Quinn at all.
I don't think we've seen the
No,
last
absolutely
of Quinn.
not.
I'm so
Do we, Mr. Haircut, where can we see you? I know that you're back. You were talking about some pirate things.
Yeah, so I've got a pirate campaign that I'm working on. Probably will start up. Need a couple more months to work it out, just because we might be moving house soon. So life's a little crazy at the moment. But you will probably next see me on TPK. Joe and I have been talking at length about that fight, and it's just as wild. I won't say it's more wild than the Turkey Rask, but it is just as crazy, and I'm very excited to learn.
Amazing. And you can see me, Joe. Have I missed anything with you, Joe? I mean, you're going to be with us.
Yeah, I'm always with you.
Always
Holding
with
your
me.
hand, mate. I'm just always me and you skipping down the lane.
Holding my hand. Still in strike. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you for the people that are still in the chat. Thank you here for this absolute unbelievable war. I cannot believe how epic this was. I could not be happier to lose this fight. I'm so proud of all of you for how much this carved through. But I'm going to have to come back and start, getting my win-loss record a little better. So you'll probably not be seeing the last of me either. But thank you very much. Have a wonderful rest of your night. And we'll see you very soon. Bye. Oh, and happy birthday, DM Philly!
Happy birthday,
birthday.